is Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. This show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's The Show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton McKee.
Oh, good evening, everybody. We are a couple moments late. We're sorry. There is a rehearsal going on in my backyard, and we were all taken aback a little by the antics in my backyard. It's allegedly, I think it's Barbara Seville.
Oh, allegedly.
That's what the
Now, does that
contract.
mean Pride is this weekend, or did I miss something?
No, Pride is the 6th, 7th, 8th, whatever of April.
I've got to start
but
writing that shit
next
down.
weekend is the Pride pageant. So she's running for Miss Gay Pride.
Oh, I might be able to show up for
That's on Sunday. It's on Sunday night. I'll be there.
but like the last hour. I don't want to do a whole.
Well, we
drag
don't. Well,
pageant.
we don't know what time her. Well, I'll be there. I'll drink with you. We don't know what time her performance and all, or when it all accumulates and ends.
All right,
But
keep me posted.
I will. I know how to get a
I've
hold
been
of you.
sucked into these drag pageants before, and they turned into like 7-week
No,
events.
we're not. No, we're not doing that.
Make me want to shoot
Drag for a
myself.
life.
Because I'm
Lifetime.
performing in the number, so I don't want it to be 7 fucking weeks. What did you bring to eat, Katie?
Well, filet mignon.
Oh,
Atta girl.
Good
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh, it's covered with some kind of mold or mildew. What is that?
It's a crust.
Was
I
that a
don't know.
bottom shelf? Because I know you always do go to the bottom shelf at
No,
AJ's.
this was a top shelf.
A bottom
dinner.
shelf
This
at
is a top
AJ's.
shelf
What's
dinner.
available on the bottom
Well,
shelf?
that's where she-
Manager's special.
That's where she said that she goes for
I
the.
do for all of my wine.
Yeah.
All of my beverage
Well,
needs.
wine is different than steak.
It is. And hopefully newer than wine. That steak, I hope, is a lot newer than wine. I don't know. Oh, for heaven's sakes. It's Katie June, Marnie Ryer, myself, Clayton McKee, along with Al Perkins, all here in Studio C every Tuesday. Thank you all for joining all of us. And just want to remind you, this is in the series. This is show number 160, just 3 weeks away from our 100th installment of this little dog and pony show we like to call the show.
That is a shocking turn of events, and I don't actually believe it.
No, we did. We
Because
only
if
missed
there's
2 weeks.
if there's 52 weeks in a year,
Yes.
oh, 2 years, but
And we missed 2 weeks.
so it'll be 100
So 50
shows.
and 50. 50 and 50 is...
But there's 52 weeks
I
in a
was
year.
told there'd be no math.
Yeah. See, because my thought was it would be like the first week of May would be our 100th show.
No, because we started in April 17th.
Right. I'm saying the difference between 2 years and 100 shows.
But we missed 2.
Right. That makes it even longer away from 100 shows.
Right.
Right, no, but this is our 100th show, not our 100th week.
Oh, okay.
100th show.
That's what I'm saying. Well, no, 100, same thing.
God damn it.
I don't know. I'm all confused.
If you'd
Probably
like
drunk.
to send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the show and tell us what number you think this show
I'm going to go to
is.
my quiet place and work that out. So a year
Please
should be,
send
2
diagrams.
years should be 104 shows, according to my math.
Right.
Right, if we did every week, but we skipped
Missed 2,
2
so it should be
weeks.
102 weeks. So 2 weeks from April, we started on the 17th, should be like the 1st of May. My math was right.
Somebody get a calendar because he's not going to
No,
let this
no,
go. I don't
you're
think.
right for that, but numerically we started at show number 63. This is 160.
Oh, so we're 3 weeks away. There were 3 shows away.
Right, the 3 show.
So that's 6 weeks away. So it's gonna be the show in May. You can't get away from the fact that it's 2 weeks from when we started.
It's April. Well, I've got on my. It's April Fool's Day, the 1st of May. That's the show.
No, that's April 1st. May 1st is May Day, where we drink vodka.
I said
And
April Fool's Day. When did you start drinking today?
No, but April Fool's Day is
It's
the
April
1st of
1st.
April.
That's
Not
what
May. You said May 1st.
Yeah, you did say that.
Wait, you want to start over?
Yes, because May
No,
1st is, if it falls on May Day and we can drink
No,
vodka,
it's-
I am so on board.
It's April 1st. It's,
Why can't
it's
we drink
April
vodka?
But
Fool's
that's
Day?
less
Yeah,
than
no,
2
I'm
years.
on
We
board
started
with
in
that.
the middle of April.
I have it charted out on the calendar. This is show
I will
160.
we're gonna debate that math later.
We can go and look at the calendar. I've done every week on calendars from Staples.
Yeah.
Even though Mitt Romney started the company, I still use Staples calendars.
He did?
Yes, he did.
Did not know that.
That's one of the things that was brought up in that election that he thought was going to be a big feather in his cap. Turned out not so much.
Yeah, 'cause
and now
they're
Staples
going
is
bankrupt.
they're closing stores, just like we'll see Penny's is
Radio Shack.
Radio Shack
Oh,
is
Radio
doing-
Shack.
All
yeah.
those things. Now, come on. J.C. Penney's, except for if you're Tim DePlanche getting your clothes in 1978, didn't you think that was going out of business?
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
I'm surprised they're still open.
Nobody's
I love you,
surprised.
Tim, but you really did keep J.C. Penney alive 5 more years than they needed to.
Then they should have been.
And then one day, I found polyester and he found red corduroy slacks. Who's worse?
Was that? There's a winner. Tie.
That's a horse race.
That's a tie.
That nobody
right there.
wants to win.
No shit. Oh, for the love of God. Well, hello, welcome to one and all. I'm not sure who the hell's out there listening. I assume a ship at sea somewhere. I know nobody on Malaysia Airlines is listening, so
Oh, I'm really hoping for a ship at sea.
they'll find people.
Ouch,
We know
ouch.
one Malaysian Airlines flight that's not listening. Well, unless
They could be because
the hypothesis is
okay. Now come on.
We can't be sure.
I don't want to interrupt you already because you seem to be really on board with this 2 years thing and how that math works. But is anybody else thinking that Lost is really happening in real life and they flew to an island and are living happily with Hurley?
No, I think
It
Elvis.
does
I think Elvis
seem
was somewhere.
weird.
We're in the South Pacific. It's a plane that went off radar. The transponder was cut. We don't know that it crashed yet. There's a couple of fake passports. There's some fake stuff going on. They're doing Lost, the
Real
reality
life.
series
and they're
in the
they're-
South
Those
China
fuckers just
Sea.
didn't know
and
it.
if that's the case, they're punking every news service in the world for this.
Oh, and it's well because nobody wants it because nobody really understands Ukraine. So it's like, thank God we understand planes missing because we all watch Lost. Because Ukraine is like,
the fuck is Ukraine going
what?
on?
And I love the joke earlier today that Sarah Palin thought Crimea was a housewife.
Was it on the Housewives of Atlanta?
Wait, what? I missed that.
That Sarah Palin should shut the fuck up about Russia and Ukraine because until 2 weeks ago she thought Crimea was a housewife on the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Right.
That's a funny joke.
That's
Whoever wrote that,
I don't care who you are. That's
that's
funny.
2 thumbs up and a big dick. Whatever you can cram in there.
Yeah.
Still May 1st.
I may have started drinking
April
prior
May,
to the show.
Whatever.
Maybe. Maybe not.
There's a chance.
A
Well,
slight
Jason
chance.
Carlton texted me and said he was getting you loaded at
we
Postino's.
don't just name witnesses.
If
No
you,
names.
If you text me,
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
yeah, okay. Well, Katie, I applaud you for bringing food because I was running woefully late and into my whole world, so I didn't. But I was going to order something, and well, now you make me
We
think
can
I
still
should.
do it.
Do you want the last couple
no,
bites of my
no,
steak?
I'll be fine.
Do you want her green steak?
No, I'm good.
The ass end.
No,
Well, order away. Won't spoil my dinner. Clearly.
clearly you're not stopping that all for nothing.
Nope.
That's right.
Girls got to
It's a
eat.
filet mignon.
That's
girl.
true. Oh, by the way,
Good girl.
Katie, I'm glad that they finally, and I don't understand what the hell happened. For years, I've known weeks in advance, almost months in advance,
Months.
that we were doing the parade.
Right.
And I just assumed because it's been doing it for years. My assumption was, well, I'm doing the parade. They just haven't got to me yet. So finally they sent, and this is the funny part to me. They finally send you an email because nobody can find my email address, how to get a hold of me, or a phone number.
Yeah.
So they know yours. So they send you an email. We were wondering if you and Clayton would like to do the parade this year.
Yeah.
So she sends me an email. Then I respond. They respond to me. Well, we need your email and your contact information. I sent you an email. It's right there. And it's the same guy
Who's
that
done it
did
every
last-
year.
How
He's
do
done
you
it
not
Every
have-
year.
Google my fucking name. I'm everywhere. It's
Yeah.
easy to find me.
Go
Not to
out in
mention, like-
public. You'll see him.
Yeah, I'm
that-
everywhere. I just think that's funny that all of a sudden
He's got a homing beacon, unlike the Malaysian flag. That's
Well, they
currently
had
lost
one.
in the
Yeah.
yeah.
There's no black
They
dot.
have not
Severed
turned
beacon.
off
No.
Jason. What's your name? Carlton. No, Clayton. They haven't turned off his transponder yet.
wow. I
can
feel
still
some
find
days
him.
like my
We are
transponder's failing.
moments away from the knife cutting the transponder cord, but it's not yet. I just want to let this poor human know. You check in everywhere.
Actually, I don't check in nearly as much as I
Yeah.
used to because
I don't
of
read a
your,
lot of
your
Facebook.
situations.
Yeah.
But I just think it's funny that finally, 2 weeks before it happens,
Well, and I love too that it was actually the email was we haven't been able to find either of your contact information. Then they ended up finding mine. But
Googling you's not hard
we've
either.
done it every year
For
the
7
last like 3 or 4 years. You've done it.
I've done it for like 7, 8 years.
Much
but-
longer.
Yeah.
And also, like, I've been asking them, like, hey, is anyone going to I was like on the board. Like, they have
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
contact
How do you
information.
not know who we are?
I was at the last meeting with you, bitches.
No, I've been
Yeah.
doing shows here for
I don't
20
know.
years.
I don't know how
I
to
know.
get a hold of her.
It
That's
is just...
if there was only a device to look up the name. Christ on a cross. I just think it's insane that in this day and age, if you can't find somebody, I mean, I can even find Marnie online, not just from the show. I go back to the crusade you did of Not Me or Kick You in the Nuts or what was it called? The thing where you were empowering women to
So we've all been drinking?
No.
It was not me, but it certainly could have been. I'll kick you in the nuts.
right.
After.
Rochambeau, whatever the hell that was you were doing.
Rochambeau.
The whatever,
What's that mean?
It's a thing from
I was told there'd be no French tonight.
Gesundheit.
Yeah,
No.
that's all the sounds my mouth makes.
Yeah. Bad kitty.
My mouth will never make that noise. I just want to let you know.
In order to be a good lesbian.
Neither will mine.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
no, but, you can find anyways. I mean, you can even find Perkins. It's not hard to Google somebody in this day and age. I mean, unless you are.
You can find my mom online.
Yeah.
I mean, for real. That's
Mostly when you
ridiculous.
Google me, you get a lot of drag pictures, and my favorite thing
I'm
is
gonna-
is
yeah.
you get a
I'm gonna
picture of
actually
Amy
Google us.
Sedaris in Strangers with Candy with a urine mustache because I made that one of my favorite pictures like 10 years ago. And
there
that
it was.
picture of her with a urine mustache has stayed with me. Urine, it's good for you.
There you have it.
Try to pee.
But I am excited that they reached out finally.
Well, I'm thrilled they
And
did, and it's
it's
official
fun. Yeah.
because Katie and I are hosting the.
Oh yeah, I have a
parade again.
follow-up question. So how did the story end? Are you hosting?
No, we are hosting
Okay.
the parade. Everything's good. But and then I did ask. I'm like, please send me the scripts as quickly as you can, so that because every year, everybody who's in a parade wants you to say everything.
Sure.
They're like
That's
the
ever
history of their
happened.
organization.
Right. From 1904 or whatever fucking year, like 1812 or what it was when Wells Fargo started.
I need you. I'm not going to be there because I have to work, but I need you because. Could they announce the Pride thing like somewhere, like on Facebook? Like I have invitations to parties I will never go to, and no one sent me an invitation to Pride to take the day off. Fuckers. I just looked. I just Googled it.
Well, you could take a day off.
No, yeah, I know. But what I want to know, can't remember because I'm drunk. But anyways, it's fabulous.
So let me finish my point. Jesus Christ.
Actually, you just started your point. He'll
Oh
finish
no!
it.
I want you to
Oh,
Meredith
there you have
Vieira it. I want you to at some
Google
point
it.
Google it.
Google
I
it.
want you to yell out in the middle of parade, and here comes Aunt Rita's Foundation. Google it. And then just sit there silently as the Aunt Rita's float goes by.
That would, honest to God. Oh, no, I forget something. That would, honest to God, that would be the funniest.
That would be funny.
I will
But
seriously
you know,
and I will
donate
tell
money
you-
to the charity of your choice if you just say
Google it.
it.
We actually will. I'm 100% certain that we'll have the opportunity because in addition
No,
to
but it's
having
gotta- I want
people write
dead silence
Oh
after
yeah,
this.
but people write the books, and then inevitably there are other people that just somehow surprise we're in the parade and we don't
Right.
have any idea. So the opportunity
But
will
I
present
want
itself.
it to be about somebody that wrote a book. Like I need you to be
and
creative.
because what I do is I
Aunt
request that
Rita's
they,
was founded in 1996. Google it.
Yeah.
And then just sit quietly till the next float comes by.
like, oh,
and that's a
sorry.
Mustang. Well, I don't know why.
Google that.
Google it. Google it. It's a
So
fucking car.
I have them email me all of the scripts that I then edit down horribly to like sentences that you can say in 15 seconds because they're moving. The parade moves. For those of you that don't know about a parade, we stand in one spot and it moves past us.
Oh, I would like a dramatic reenactment. I'm confused about that.
Yeah, later. I'll get it right to you. So then I edit it all and then make the font really big so that you can
Yes.
just see it easily while standing on a street for 3 hours in Phoenix, Arizona.
Sure. Well, sweat's dripping.
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
it's a hot.
And
It's
then-
a hot day.
But they do take care of us when we're there. I mean, they have all kinds of snacks and food, and actually, PepsiCo comes by and throws things at
Yeah,
us.
we like that.
Right?
It's all kinds of good.
They throw
But-
things at you?
Well, yeah, like
And you go back?
like little Fritos. They do Fritos. They hand us waters.
It's
and
also fun when
sodas.
people bring like thirst busters with Coke and like rum, maybe or
Not-
vodka. I like
not-
it when people do that.
Not me.
Yep. Nope.
No.
We
not
like
me.
that. I mean, I like it. Don't do it for Clayton.
She's using the
Bring
royal
me-
we, like
That's
we
right,
the
that's
people.
right.
People
Enjoy things with
enjoy
vodka and rum in
vodka.
them.
I see. Well, no.
Or Crown.
But if a Canadian
that.
whiskey shows up,
I ain't gonna
Okay.
Google it.
I ain't mad at
Google
ya.
that.
I would
My
not
name
be
may
mad.
pop up closer. Now, by the way, when
Yeah,
you
sure.
Google just Al Perkins in quotes, you get an Al Perkins who was born January 18th of 44. He's a Texas-born American guitarist. You get that.
Oh, and you know what? You know what he played on?
I know Donna Summer. What? Something.
Bad Girls.
Really?
Yep, he is listed. My name, Al Perkins, is listed on Bad Girls as a guitarist.
There. It's,
That's pretty cool.
You'll go to your grave with every way to connect. I know you will.
Yep.
I know. It's all right.
It's a talent. People Google it.
And then if I go to Al Perkins images, what happens?
Do you get Amy Sedaris?
I don't know.
It might be under Missy L. I
I think Missy
I would
L.
very rarely Google my real name.
Yeah, no. So you're not coming up at all under that. So if you do Missy Al, apparently you're an old black guy.
That's a true story.
No, well, we don't know. Actually, we don't
We're
know
not
yet.
sure.
We're not sure at this point,
No,
really.
we're not sure.
But Missy Al gets you some S-E-E-Y, right?
I want to say I come on with a picture of me and
Leslie Jordan. Well, actually,
Leslie Jordan.
Marnie's picture. If you just do Missy Al, Marnie's picture comes up first.
Oh.
Then you and Leslie Jordan. Then you with the microphone.
and then it shouldn't be too far down till you get to the urine picture of Katie, you're on here too.
Oh, fun.
No pictures of me yet.
Wait, if you type in what are
Missy Al.
Al?
Misseyal.
Bryce comes up.
That's funny.
There's a picture of Jason as an infant. Carlton, that is. Buddy Early. Miley Cyrus twerking. How in the hell do you get that?
Oh no, I am third. My bad.
You are third. Hold the mic. That's from our photo shoot.
Wait, to Google Missy Al.
Images.
Okay, so I got Missy Elliott.
No, just use the word Missy, all one word, Misseyal.
Oh, one word. Missy Al. Oh, sure.
And then boom, you got Marty and Mascot.
Oh, this is a fun game. Oh, Al, I have you as number 2, actually.
You
with
are
Leslie Jordan.
2 and 3.
Or
He's 2 and 3.
Yeah.
The bald guy. See the similarity?
I love it.
Jesus Christ.
I haven't done this
It
in a while.
is interesting that Marnie comes up number 1.
Well, there you have it.
That is so funny.
That's weird.
And Jennifer Garner. Did we already review all of these things? You've already said all of this.
I know I didn't say Jennifer Gardner.
Yep, she's on there. And Pandora Destrange.
Oh, but you have a
Yeah,
profile.
Pandora Destrange always comes up.
Does your IMDb profile, as you call it, Missy Al? Because you come up as
Oh, if I had an IMDb profile, I wouldn't
God.
be talking to you people.
Well, you've been a member for 8 years.
Have I really?
Missy Al, member since June of 2005, according to this.
Oh, right, because I was always looking for the movie
Dorian Blues.
Dorian
and
Blues.
Presque Rhine.
I love that the movie Dorian Blues, if you've not seen it, is a wonderful, wonderful gay coming-of-age story that I've always loved, and it was one of the first things I ever did online was look up more information on Dorian Blues. He ended up on... The guy that plays Dorian was in... he was the head of the Sun, the People for the Sun, and he ended up being a vampire. He was on True Blood.
Nope.
And he was the preacher that was against vampires, and then he ended up being a gay vampire. Anyways, he's Dorian Blues, and he was so cute, and that movie is so wonderful.
I have never heard of it. That's
I haven't
weird.
either.
That's weird. I know it's one of those.
weird.
It's one of those movies like Brick and Mysterious
From
Skin.
2004.
That if we're really gonna talk about good movies,
Right.
that will always be in the top of my list.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite movies. Is Dorian Blues.
Yeah.
I like how you Google.
But it's
Missy
one of
Al.
the first things I ever did online. Is I wanted to find out more about the kid from Dorian Blues, and so that has stayed on my
pretty wild.
profile forever.
You also did a review of Hair at Gamage back in December of 10.
You did.
Because it made
We all
my
went.
pussy
That
itch.
was-
I gotta tell you.
Let me, if I may I just, my show, I'll read this. Posted by Missy Al, December 9th of 10. All aspects of the touring company were excellent. Steele Burkhart was a standout in the role of Berger, or is it Berger?
Burger.
So much charisma and energy. All the voices were strong. The only complaint is about the lack of sound clarity at Gamage. Favorite moment, the staging of Let the Sun Shine In. Very powerful.
Different at every time you see that. It's
4
different
out of
staging.
4 out of 5 stars you gave it.
Steve Burkhart, is that his name? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, he just rang every bell I had.
Stimulating radio. Oh my God, we can look up who is Missy Al Perkins on MySpace. We found you. Thank God.
And I think all of it comes from MySpace. I think MySpace leaves
They
us
keep
a
a lot of
smell that
stuff.
you can't
It
get rid of.
does. It really does.
It's like indelible ink
Indelible stink.
all over the web.
You know
Look at
what?
this.
I'm like, this is so sad. I cannot.
Oh, it is.
I'm
My life, yes.
Right, in
No.
pictures.
Via Google.
No. Enough about you. Let's talk a little bit more
Let's talk
about
about Katie.
me.
Oh, wow.
Well, I think that's the first time that's happened.
When you Google Katie June, you get nothing but Katy Perry because that dum dum spells her name the same way that I spell mine.
But learn how to Google correctly. You do put Katie June in quotes.
Well, yeah.
It's a whole new world
Oh my God, there's
Oh
a
my
picture of
It's a
me
new
looking
fantastic
really
point of
fat.
view.
of images to delight you.
I didn't
Every
know that.
moment, red letter.
What does that mean?
That's
Nope.
that's one of the lyrics
Oh,
coming
I
up in
don't-
that
I don't-
stupid ass fucking
Still
song.
a lot of Katy Perry.
Even though you did Katie June
Yep.
with quotes.
There's one of me. There's one of me and Palmer. I know I have more
For
pictures
those of you at
myself
home, feel
online.
free to Google yourself by using quotes and see what comes up.
And I can't believe this is the first time you've Googled yourself, whether
No, I
literally
me.
or metaphorically.
Not me.
I
Parenthetically,
Yeah.
feeling good.
Feeling good.
No, I Google myself all the time to keep up with what's going on with the world.
I do too, especially on Saturdays. Girls got to stay current.
Good God, 20 minutes and we're down to masturbation jokes.
I like it.
No, we're up to.
Oh, we started
That
lower?
was a high point. We started off with math
Oh,
and
it's true.
calendars.
Oh, that's actually true.
I don't want to recap just 20 minutes
20
and 25
minutes, 5
seconds in
seconds in.
according to the atomic
The
clock.
atomic clock
My
on
old,
the
my
wall.
old friend, the atomic clock.
Well, yeah, you were there when it started. The atoms, that means.
Yeah,
There's-
I was there when the atomic clock ticked for the first time. That's how old I feel some
Jump
days.
started with
Atoms.
vodka. Hi, Mom. She's in the chat room.
Hi.
Yes.
Do you
yes.
know where the
Hi,
Malaysia
dear.
flight is?
I don't know. Do I know
If
where?
you do, please send us out.
Also, say hello to Japan and Canada listening on the Great Beyond. We
Hi,
know they're out
guys.
there. Hi. Welcome. We have missed it just a little bit, but we'll quickly go around the table and gather up what the hell's been going on. Katie G, we start with you.
Yeah, just Googling myself. A lot of that.
Good thing there's video.
Working it out.
I'm going to look over at the white spot on the wall till you're done.
Googling myself.
You know, I'm really, really busy with the gala, and it's
month, that's
Nate and I both. It's 3 weeks away, and
Similar to our 100 show.
yeah, just very, very similar. March 29th. So it's just a lot of work. It's a full-time job. So I will be so happy. It's going to be great. I'm really looking
And I
forward to the
recently
night.
ran into Nathan.
He's in my backyard.
just about
I wasn't gonna say
25 minutes
where.
ago.
I announced there was a rehearsal.
Yeah, he's a lovely waiter in the show.
he
He's a
does a
real
good job.
lovely
And a
waiter.
charmer of a human.
Very
Yeah.
nice kid.
I've always
You guys are
enjoyed him.
name droppers. Who's Nate?
Nate Roten.
Nate Roten.
I know.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
jeez.
Name
We
dropper.
have-
You're a star fucker, aren't
Do
you?
you look how all three of us are like, duh, Marnie?
I know. I'm
Hello.
like,
We
really?
have Michael Mejia. We have Sasha Bratz, Barbara
There you go,
Seville,
see?
Mia Adams.
Mia.
It's a whole
Mia- it's all the
plethora
plethora of
of
people.
local
Cornucopia.
celebrities.
We have
Hey.
someone suffering through a tomato disease in the backyard.
Mia, Maya.
Oh, Mama Maya Mia.
I want you to drink more before you come here weekly. Can you do that?
Yeah, wish that at 9:4:30.
Yeah.
Hey,
9-4-30.
carry the
Shut
one.
up.
No
Oh,
math.
my bad.
No math.
I'm
Still
gonna go
sorry.
in here. Just that. Looking
So you
on.
busy with the gala,
Busy
Katie?
with the gala, and that's pretty
Gala
much
gala.
it. Gala
Still the
gala.
same.
Tomato. I know it's so
It's-
tricky.
It's just
Trivial, really.
a lot. That's it. That's
$5
literally it.
more a ticket. It's a gala.
I'm not drinking nearly as much as this one.
No, not even in a week.
Not even.
No.
No. So I should catch up.
It's-
Oh,
It's
I
good.
think I'm gonna go pour myself a glass.
And bring anything in you find in the fridge that's got liquor written on the side
yeah.
of it.
And if you dig in the
You're
freezer,
in.
if you dig in the
If
freezer,
you
there's a
see
couple
like a
old bottles.
percentage of something,
You'll take it.
Yeah.
maybe some shitty champagne.
Michael told me the other day he was going through the fridge and he was marrying bottles. I'm like, you be careful because I'm not sure what the fuck you're doing.
Those
in
are
there.
fighting words.
Don't you marry bottles? in
Don't
my-
you be unless it says ketchup on both of them. You don't touch that shit.
there you go.
I don't want some shitty Hirsch Chardonnay dipping
Hey,
into
hey,
my
hey,
France
hey.
world.
And don't be afraid when
I
you,
meant that with love.
when
Well,
you
apparently.
when you open the fridge,
I
don't
don't drink
freak out because
Chardonnay.
there's food in it.
Oh.
You have food in your refrigerator?
Yeah, by the
Google
way,
it.
I opened that because I
I
put
know.
some stuff in there. I was like,
It's like Chobani.
No,
threw
it's
out.
where liquor and
Yogurt
condiments
and-
went to
no.
die.
unless yogurt's
The
become
only-
a condiment.
Subway. That's it.
The only thing that's food has a brand name trademark
No.
written in
Chobani.
paper around
No.
it.
Yeah.
Nope.
I meant that with love.
Still food. Fuck you.
Yeah, it is still food, technically.
food.
It's edible.
But I was like, what the fuck is
And in,
that?
and
Yeah,
in
Michael-
Malaysia, so are bugs.
Michael. And I just started drinking, so I'm not sure what my
Wow,
problem
this
is.
He just started.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't-
Oh my God, is it 1991 again? Where am
I
I?
didn't mean that. I didn't mean that way.
I can't see all the numbers on the atomic clock. Is one of them?
Actually, the year is not up there.
Nope.
No, it just
not
says
on that.
Well, thank Christ.
311.
Actually, it's not, yeah.
No, the
No.
degree. What's
Oh,
the
that
tw-
leaves how old you are a mystery.
what's
We're all
the-
thankful for that.
I'll tell you. What's the 26 mean? I wonder. 77 is the temperature in the room.
Oh, how many years I am from death?
Celsius.
Is it Celsius
I have
or
no
is
idea
it
what
is
it's
it the barometer?
Oh, no,
Is
it
that would
humidity?
actually be an okay guess.
I think it might.
26 Celsius would be kind of comfortable.
No, it's the humidity.
Oh, it's 26% humidity.
All
in
right,
here.
that's not
very
comfortable. No, but 26 degrees Celsius would be a comfortable room temperature.
It's going well.
Can we work on that?
Work on what?
The Celsius, getting that more comfortable.
Well, Google it.
For
Give
us.
it-
You multiply by 2 and add 32 or something, so it would be
Carry
like
the one, then it's
52, but it'd be like
metric.
84 degrees. That's a little warmer, but
Metric. I don't know.
all I know
The
is
fact
if
that you
it
just did that is
if it says
fantastic.
40, whether it's your body temperature or the air temperature, you're not happy. And Erin is miserable. Exactly. She's a French musical sung mostly in English
Miserable.
by people with English accents that no one
Miserable.
understands.
Speaking of miserable,
Yes.
What have you been doing?
Marty, how are you?
no, she sent me.
Well, thank you
No,
for
wait,
the
no,
intro.
no.
Yeah.
She
Well, I've
sent.
been prostituting
No, no, no,
myself
wait,
and selling
no.
my hair and
She-
my back teeth. It's been a good time.
She sent me a text. You guys stopped by the other day to get your handlebars needed tightening, and I aired up your tires, and
Oh,
things were
that
all
sounds like a
good
personal call.
until you ran over glass somewhere.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
On our way, we're just going past Osborne, or just getting to Osborne, and I hear that it sounded like the basket was scraping on the tire, and so I lifted it up a little bit, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's all it was. No, you just heard it. Just heard it. So I'm like, pedal as fast as you can, because I still had quite a bit of air in it, and we just took it as far as we could and got to almost Thomas, and then just walked the rest of the way. But big chunk of glass in it.
Yeah,
That
those
was-
that's
glass
such a
is
bummer.
detrimental to tires.
Yeah, it was very frustrating.
Yeah, but the
You got, it's on bicycles. You have to watch so many different things. There's the
there's the
pedestrians.
traffic.
There's the traffic,
Oh,
the potholes, the
God.
bumps.
Yes,
Glass in the road is very common.
very frustrating.
were you on the canal?
Yeah.
Okay, that's another place. And why?
I
People,
didn't know she was selling crack in the story.
no, well, no,
No one said I sold any.
no, but wasn't the ride up until the glass? Was the ride better?
Oh, by far, yeah.
Because when they start,
Yeah.
no, let me tell you,
Oh, yeah.
no, let me tell you why.
Yes, I
There's
do.
an explanation.
No, we either said it on air last week or it was post show,
No.
but that we
No.
filled their tires up higher than the 40 recommended or
No,
the 30
I
recommended.
did that 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Well, and where did you get this story from?
No, because we talked about it.
No,
she told us the
I-
pressure on her tires.
I
It was
did
really low.
He's correct.
Oh,
Like,
you did, but-
before,
right, but she was terrified.
You were very,
But you recommended, like you
Yeah.
do for me, that you up the air
Yeah.
on your tires until just this side of blowing up. Right. And you get a comfortable ride that doesn't kill the cooter.
nope.
And you can pedal
Except you
go
think it's
faster.
gonna blow up in your face.
It
so
is,
I-
It
but
says don't inflate
you gotta
above 40, and I gave her
that
60.
tire might blow, but your cooter is happy
Oh.
as Larry.
things were better.
Jesus.
If Australia is
Happy
listening.
cooter, happy
Yeah.
cooter.
Happy
as
cooter.
Things were
Always happy.
fantastic, but
So yeah, so you rolled wonderfully until
we did
the glass,
for a short
and
period of time, and then
then boom.
not anymore.
Yeah, all right.
Is the video not working because you have casual Barbie hair?
I have not had time to do my hair today,
Oh, okay.
and I didn't want to wear a hat, so I just said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna. This is it."
I think it
That
looks
doll
nice.
doesn't come
I
sold
did
in her
think
own
you were
plastic.
going to have. I did think it was going to be a hat night.
It was going to
Although
be.
I like casual Barbie hair.
I do. It's charming.
and I
Yeah.
realized it was 7:01 or 7 and 20 some odd seconds when I walked in. I didn't have time to get a hat.
No, I like it.
Well, thanks.
It's a good
I'm
look.
Good.
here to please all of you.
It works out well.
Marnie,
Yeah. Yes.
aside from the glass,
aside from the blown tire,
the girls on spring break, you guys must be
Yeah.
just having a fucking hell of a time.
Was there a video of that?
No,
I don't want to
no,
watch it, but is there?
No.
You want marketing rights?
I don't know, but we watched in Malaysia. We don't know what they like.
No. I don't. What? Anyway, we went to Cubs game today. That was very
Oh, I did see a
Oh, I
picture
saw
of that,
your
right.
photo.
Yep, the new stadium out there is very nice.
And I realized that a
Easy to
lot
get
of
in and
people
out of.
have nothing else to do during the day
What do you mean?
because there's a lot of people there.
That's a very
Like
rare.
14,000
That's
people
a
were
big
there.
activity.
Well, I understand that, but I just like, I'm not coming into work
But
today.
I think
Yeah.
you looked around
Become
and
sick.
you could tell there were people showing up in suits and this, that, and the
Sure.
other thing, and you're like, oh, I see.
You worked
so
a
the
half
people
a day.
just came in from Iowa, and they're bringing their clients.
Oh,
and,
sure.
Yeah. Doing all that kind of stuff, showing off with the weather.
Oh, it's a
and
highlight of Arizona living, and people that I
Absolutely.
work with take this month off.
There are a lot of people that
There
will
are a
take
lot
the
of people that
time
take this
for
month
The
off.
whole month?
Yeah, they take almost the whole month off.
That's a
'cause
lot.
so that they can go to the
spring training games are cheap. It's even I have to admit it's
Yeah.
a lot of fun. The weather is spectacular to sit
It is
outside.
so nice.
and
Yep.
you know,
In the
We
shade.
spent $8
In the shade.
And,
I'm sure
we were,
girls
you
on
know,
spring break in Malaysia is not gonna know this, but
Jesus
the
Christ.
boys are as hot as fucking get out, and they're all South American there, Mister.
Oh,
Yeah, the Kansas City Royals aren't from Kansas; they're more from Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
so that's
big
worth
time.
$8.
Oh,
Oh,
my God! And they're
totally.
in tight white pants. It's like they're gonna
That's
put on
worth
some kind of
double it.
production of West Side Story.
Oh, or when Ty Diggs just walks on stage.
I'll be with.
So,
There
one
it is.
second,
All right.
there-
and Adina let that go. Really?
That's a stupid woman that doesn't have a trick pussy.
She's no Linda
I
Ronstadt.
say bullshit. If he cheated,
Oh, he's
bullshit.
Oh, I'm
I
saying, but
hate
she
him.
ain't selling what he's selling.
Bullshit.
I'm with you.
She's
Yeah.
lovely with a nice voice, but that
Well,
ass,
and
I'm
he-
sorry.
Yes,
maybe
but I-
he's way too full of himself.
I'm a
man. Fuck
hater.
that.
I'm a Tay
Tay
Diggs
Diggs,
hater.
go to
I was a
hell.
Tay
Why
Diggs
would he do?
lover.
Why would he do? I
Before he
cheated.
cheated on Idina and left her, and I love her.
Totally.
Did he cheat on her? Wait, wait.
Oh, I have
No,
not
wait.
heard
Did he
these
cheat?
details.
They're
Did he,
divorced.
did he cheat
or
on her with a
split.
white woman or not?
That's a good question. I did not know.
No, and I'm just asking.
But
no,
how-
no, no,
Because
no,
that's
no.
how Stella got her groove back.
No, no.
Oh, honey,
I just
Stella
wondered.
is ready to get her groove back.
I
with that.
just wondered if maybe he was
Okay.
cheating on her with something that maybe Adina
Well,
couldn't give her, like
I can tell you.
waffles.
Wait, now how do we know
or
that he
something.
was cheating on her? Where did that come out?
Like
Google it!
articles.
Yes.
Thank you.
Al, that's-
Thank you, Meredith. That's helpful. Thanks,
Oh,
Coco.
now
Thanks,
you're
Coco.
condescending
Thanks,
to me.
Coco.
Fuck
I know.
you.
Watch how it turns.
Slowly I turn.
Not gonna get any better.
From joy to condescension
Just not gonna get any better.
in 30 minutes and 52 seconds,
So
according
if we
to
mi-
Comic.
okay, so
it's
Marnie-
getting more humid in here, and I'm starting to worry. We've gone up 3 points.
Because you're here.
Okay.
It's actually a vodka meter.
Am I peeing in the corner? Like, what am I doing to raise the humidity?
Not yet. We have a peeing story coming up. By the way,
Oh, okay.
Marnie,
Well, I'll wait right here.
Have we cleared you from?
Well, we did the Cubs game today. We're going to go to the Natural Bridge tomorrow in Payson.
The Natural Bridge.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Neither of
It
us
sounds
have
like a
ever been.
feminine hygiene product.
Something,
no?
right?
Not so much.
I don't know.
I feel so clean with my
Natural
Natural Bridge.
And if you need,
From yeasty to fresh by just a natural
Oh,
bridge.
God, that
call
is
your mom
so
and go for a
gross.
walk across the Natural
From
Bridge.
yeasty to fresh. That makes me want to yeasty my way
Is there?
right out
Is there?
of here.
It's because it's a bridge. Is there hashtag come together?
Yeah, Mom, I'm not as fresh as I used to be. Well, maybe you could walk across this natural bridge.
Like a bridge over
Yeasty water. No rehearsal, ladies and gentlemen. No rehearsal.
And that's fantastic.
That was good. That was good for all of us.
I enjoyed
Unless,
it.
of course, you're at home suffering with a yeast infection that we're terribly sorry, and we won't do
Please
it
go to the
again.
Natural
Join
Bridge.
us for the drinking game in hour 2.
Please Google Natural Bridge,
Find out how to help yourself.
freshvagina.com.
Or just vinegar.
Add water. Please
Yes.
add water, or you won't
Okay.
sit for like 3 weeks.
Thursday we're going to Prescott.
Bring it back. I just bring it back, money.
I like it.
Reel it in, baby. Reel it in.
Thursday we're going to Prescott.
Okay.
And
Any of those queens of the backyard got liquor?
Why? You have
why do
liquor
you
here.
need some?
No, I'm just asking.
No, they don't have liquor. One of them,
Flash.
actually, one of them is a recovering alcoholic. So we don't even get.
Well,
the
maybe
fun- but
there's
the,
some
the,
anonymity
but
here.
the
I don't know.
But the irony in that is she's playing a drunk character in the scene.
The
is
only good
really
news
beautiful.
is that when we talk about people in here, we don't know if she is who.
Who?
Male,
Wait,
female,
what?
what does that look like? It's fine.
Oh, you'll figure it out. It's not fucking
Nobody wants to
brain
figure it out.
surgery.
Oh.
It's good.
What?
All right, so I'm
And-
sorry, Marcia. I seem to have interrupted you during your
That's
day-by-day
so
forecast.
weird.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why are you wearing green now?
Oh,
It's St. Patrick's Day.
No, it's not.
It's not yet, but I went
It's
to the
Monday.
game in
Yeah.
so like
Ireland?
I had to do,
She did go to Ireland, dumbass.
no, I had to. I went to the game.
What's the T?
That's what I wear every week. Twin Cities,
Oh.
the Minnesota Twins. I have my Cubs jersey and I have my Cubs hat. My Cubs jersey is from when I was 18, so therefore I didn't wear it.
Because it doesn't
And-
fit the same.
Oh no,
close.
no, it's similar but different.
No,
It's what?
just cunt. Just say it. You know what I mean?
Cunt.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Google that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, don't.
Wait a
Oh,
minute.
God, don't. I bet.
I'm actually going to do it.
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't need to even put quotes on that
I
one.
think it's a
We could do a
bad
whole
idea.
show just Googling
No.
words
Word
and
stuff.
phrases.
Go with
I think
images.
It's a bad
Oh.
idea.
Oh my God, there's Brewer.
Oh, see?
Oh, no. Okay. I
That's
know. I've already
awesome.
interrupted like 18 times.
No, there's nothing.
But
more.
when
It's fine.
Stephen Colbert described her as the last person to see Hansel and Gretel alive, I almost shit my pants. There is not enough
funny.
joy
I
to
hadn't
express.
heard that.
Arizona governor and last person to see Hansel and Gretel alive is the funniest fucking thing that has ever been said.
that is very funny.
That is good
I
shit.
like that.
Oh,
I like
my
that.
God. Really, Googling cunt is
No,
lots
bad
of fun.
idea.
Is it the
Or is it
traditional
okay?
spelling?
This girl has a tattoo across her chest that says
God.
This
filthy
girl.
cunt.
Oh.
What
does
is
it say?
happening when you tattoo filthy cunt across your chest?
Well, I'm thinking Daddy doesn't love you.
No, I'm thinking you've got some serious fucking issues.
Wow.
Literally and
wow.
figuratively.
Oh my God. Yes.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. This is
I'm
bad.
just saying.
Everybody, when you get a chance, Google
No,
cunt. It's exciting.
Maybe don't. Maybe don't.
If she friend
Run
requests
like hell.
you, say
Say
no.
no.
Yeah.
There might be
I
an
think
issue
she's
or
a
two that we
problem.
don't have
Yeah.
time for.
And a restraining order somewhere. Maybe. Anyway.
Allegedly. Exactly. Does she live in Florida?
Oh,
We have a
I'm
Florida
sure
story coming,
that-
too.
I think we
Maybe
got.
that's the filthy. It says filthy cunt here, and then that was that same chick that we saw at New Kids on the Block. Remember the
Oh,
picture I brought
yes.
in that
Oh,
said like,
yeah,
you
you
know,
got- yeah.
I love dick or
Oh, yes.
Ookly Dick or something. Yeah. It was something they said in German. I don't buy it, Cat Carlson, but whatever.
Mr. Perkins,
Hello.
hi. Aside from drinking
I've
earlier
been
in the
sitting,
day,
I've been
your
sitting here
voice in
quietly.
forever. I
I
missed
know.
you.
I've been minding my own business,
Weird.
staring at pictures
how,
of Audrey Hepburn.
how has life been for you post Oscars?
Well, it's been a little bit of a letdown, but still delightful.
Okay.
Well, I had dinner and fun times with Jason and Shane last Wednesday after the show, and then worked. And then yesterday I could not sit up, and so today I had
Set up.
dinner and drinks with Jason and Shane, and came right here. So it's all been good.
My God, you have a full
Where
life.
did you have dinner tonight?
We went to Postino's, and we mostly had
Lovely.
drinks, and maybe I saw some artichoke chopped up and thrown into a bowl with stale bread.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
But can I just say one thing?
You can say a lot of things.
I'm just going to say this one thing, and then
Sure.
I'm quiet as a mouse for
Oh.
2
I
hours
bet.
and 24
I
minutes.
bet.
Doubtful.
How's my math? The humidity is up to 31%, and it's starting to get alarming. I feel like it's a ticking time bomb.
Now that you know
is.
that that's humidity, it's going to bother you
It's
all the
driving me up. I
time.
can tell you. Like I can feel.
I think it feels
in
great
here.
in here.
I wasn't
Maybe-
swathed
I
in
know.
antiperspirant.
Well, perhaps your story on Florida. We don't need to have like the element in here.
Well, no, but
that
I'm
it's
just
like
thinking.
Florida.
I'm just thinking. By the time all of the booze oozes from
Nasty.
your pores from earlier today, who knows what this is going to be?
Oh,
could
yeah,
be
1984
dangerous.
called.
That could be
Well, no,
dangerous.
that'd be like drink number 37,000.
Also, Ann Coulter. A lot of Ann Coulter on the cunt
Oh,
page.
well, now
That's
that's a
fantastic.
That's a good one.
That's-
Very
I like
fitting.
that.
Very
Correct.
fitting.
Correct.
Thanks for
use
pulling
of
it
the
back,
word.
Katie.
Not even gonna joke about the fact that I'm gonna Google cunt in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm happy.
If I know
Ooh.
Ann
Oh, there's
Coulter's going to be
masturbating
there.
Barbie.
I mean, for
that
real.
sounds like a new
Oh.
product. Cunt in a minute. Google that.
What?
Just add vodka.
It's a whole show just on Google this phrase. Make up
There you
phrases to
go.
Google.
There you go.
So just a fun week of working and then drinking and good times. And as I'm sure Katie found out or anybody on Facebook found out, I rediscovered the music from Smash yesterday. Well,
I saw you
Okay.
posting
during
something.
a
about
I've
it.
been on there.
90-minute bath was upon me with all of my fancy bath products, and I was laying there enjoying my new Ultimate Ears boom box, which is a portable Bluetooth speaker system that makes my bathroom a haven now that I can't leave. A safe place for me and mine.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, I'm heading back to Broadway, or however that song goes. This is how it goes. My God.
What's the name of this device you've acquired?
It's called UE Boom or UE something. Ultimate Ears. It's
Ultimate Ears.
yeah, phenomenal. And all of a sudden, I remembered that Jeremy Jordan was the spark in my life that made me want to like wash my hair and clean my vajayjay. And so I went in my room and I watched some videos and I downloaded some music and I spent like 6 hours watching songs from Smash. And I have to say, seriously jonesing. Although the show was a train
Yeah,
wreck
he
of tonal
is
quality,
so cute.
the music for that hit list show, and I know we've talked about that we'd all rather see the Bombshell show.
Yes.
I gotta say, Bombshell had some fun songs, but hit list is the shit. Broadway, Here I Come, and the love I meant to say, or the love I thought I heard, or the love I meant to say something. Oh my God, that boy makes my vagina quiver and shoot.
Oh my God.
Got a bleeder.
We got a bleeder. We got us a bleeder.
Oh my God.
So I am
You
full
might feel a
on
slight pressure.
in Jeremy Jordan orgasmic mode in the last 2 days. I cannot get enough of
Okay.
him. My neighbors possibly have had enough because I've had the
They
windows
may have.
open.
Right.
Oh, 'cause
He
it's
really
been-
is fantastic. It looks like he was in, that was in November, in a bed and a chair, A New York love affair.
And he's going to be in a musical this summer with Anna Kendrick, who I love, who seems to have her ticket to any musical they ever want to make. So I can't remember what it's called, but Jeremy Jordan and Anna Kendrick star in a musical this summer.
Oh my God, they're going to probably fall in love.
I don't care what they do, as long as I don't care. I honestly don't care if he stabs kittens, as long as he's smiling and singing. Aaron, I'm sorry, Ernie.
She may not be listening.
So that was it for my week. I've been like touching the nice place thanks to Jeremy Jordan. How about you?
Wow.
Don't know what that really means.
I know.
I didn't think it was that confusing of a metaphor. I really don't think I didn't go
Kinda
that
scared.
far.
It's just been, as always, it's busy, but I cleared 2 huge hurdles in the past week. I mentioned last week that Phoenix Theater is a new client, so I got them launched and they're up and running. So
Exciting.
Congratulations.
That beautiful new lobby they have down there where they, it's I don't know what the lobby's actually called. There's a name by somebody who donated something, but it's in between all of the theaters, so it's kind of where everybody goes. So I got that launched and done, and
I
they're
don't
up.
think that has a name.
No, it's called like the John and Sue Doe
I gotcha.
Atrium or whatever the
I
hell
don't
it's
think
called.
there's an Italian phrase for that. But
No.
okay.
I mean, like, it's whoever donated money
I gotcha.
for it. That's what it is.
Back on board.
Yeah, so as
Back
soon
and
as we have $1 million, we can have something named after us. So did that, and then literally just yesterday, Charlie's launched and is up and running.
Oh, yay.
You can now run
That.
tabs.
I've heard there were tears.
Yeah, there should have been.
In shock, really, from people.
How
were
did it
just,
all go?
It really went well. It did. I had done all the pre-work like over the course of several days.
Sure.
Actually, Sunday night during the show, I was in the back office actually wiring and finishing up all that. Then we literally, on Saturday, Jason went with me, and I had the pleasure. There's a certain pleasure when a bar has been a certain way for so long, and you're the
and
first.
it was obsolete.
And you're the first person to actually be told that you can drill holes through the bar. So Jason was with me, and it was him holding a vacuum so that all the the shrapnel didn't fly away, and we just drilling holes through the bar. So we did all that Saturday. So then Monday morning, it was literally just set terminals, plug them in, everything went live, and they
That's
just
so
started
nice.
learning. So it was very interesting. So
Couple
I was
tears.
I was there.
I'm excited for Edge Studios.
Very.
So it's very cool for
very
all of
cool.
us. Matt even flew in for the install. He's in town right now just for that because it was like hell froze over.
Yeah.
'Cause now we have that.
Chuck's was getting a system.
Yeah.
And then, of course, my Monday night winds up, which is it's still fun. The RuPaul's Drag Race party at Apollo's is fun for me because it's just entertaining. I don't really follow the show because I don't really care and I keep up with it. But it's fun to be in a room with 40 people drinking, all being chatty, Cathy, and bitchy to the screen.
Right,
That's all
yeah.
fun. It's kind of like sitting in your living room for the Oscars.
It does have a certain
Well,
appeal.
for the times that you can speak, because you've said the same thing about there. You just do not talk.
Right, unless you're David
I
Van
think I
Beerden.
allow a lot of
By
talking.
the way, you do, but I took you very seriously when you were like, and you will stay in your chair. So I did. And then when
And
Erin
there's-
had a headache and I thought she might explode, like her little head explode, I crawled across the front.
Now some of the
floor.
stated and written rules do date back to pre-DVR.
Oh, I
So we are allowed.
Oh, it's a good point. So
yeah.
it's a little.
So
you
we,
have some
we are a
freedoms
little
now.
looser because you watched me say,
Yeah.
"Oh no, we're rewinding that again without your big
Right.
fucking mouth."
Right.
Yeah, no, you're right. We did.
Not referring to me.
No,
No.
no. Actually, you
Not
were
that time.
You were both on time and well behaved.
I know.
You already had well behaved down, but on time was the news.
I am hopeful
Yeah.
for next year, and I want to eliminate one aspect of this year, and then we'll be happy. I think all in all, everything will be good.
I know, but the year before it was me that we had to eliminate the aspect of. So
Not at all. That was me.
But we've learned our lesson, and I say we collectively.
yeah, no, eat first. It's kind of like
Eat
Into the
first,
Woods.
and you did. I saw you.
No,
actually
we are
eat.
going and eat first. I'll quote
We
Into
saw
the
you
Woods.
eat something somewhere. We saw you eat something
There were things happening.
And I took the day off before, which
Right.
which helped immensely as well. Like
immensely. Yeah, well, yeah, because you were ready. You were ready.
Yeah,
you
I
were.
was-
you
I
really
was
did a lot of
prepared.
prepare. You were good. You did good.
I catered a lot.
but it's
and we're
smart.
proud of you.
It's just smart.
The fun dip though wasn't as enticing to me this year as normal, and I don't know if it's because I've matured.
With the beans.
yeah, something's
and
changed
the-
because it's the exact same recipe.
something's different. I don't know.
I do have to say though the because I don't like macaroni and cheese. I'm probably the only American alive that
delicious.
does not understand the appeal of macaroni and cheese. And I was left with 3/4 of a tray of it. I ordered it because I'm like, well, everyone loves macaroni
Yeah.
and cheese, and then it showed up, and I'm like, turns out most people I know don't really enjoy it.
I don't
Oh,
enjoy. I
God.
didn't enjoy that mac and cheese.
That was
now you give
delicious.
me. Well, and if you enjoyed it, that's my
Yeah.
condolences.
Yeah.
But
No, but I mean, I would be cutting up like jalapenos, and I'd be cutting up all kinds of
to
different
me,
stuff and
if
put it in
it's
there.
not Kraft
Yeah,
mac and
that's
cheese,
good.
I
I
don't
agree.
give a shit.
Oh, and see, now I thought this one was better because it had some real cheese taste. It was very creamy.
Right.
But even still, I was like 2 tablespoons in, and I'm like, it's still just macaroni and cheese, and it's a gross.
No,
food
that's
group.
why it's got to be the Kraft
Oh,
macaroni and
see,
cheese
okay.
with the powder, and you add the milk and the butter and all.
The word powder just came up, so I know I'm out.
and that's understandable.
There's too many places to buy, like a store,
Sure.
Right.
a cow, a corner, to get real cheese that I don't need to eat powdered cheese.
Have we lost Katie for the duration?
She went home.
Oh, was that what she whispered? Fuck you all?
I was supposed to tell you.
She went
Okay.
home.
We got a Seacrest out message from her from the door. See you
Peace
later.
and boom. There. Oh, Katie's
could be.
back.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Okay.
she opened wine, got a
do. I-
That's
beer.
champagne.
Thank you.
And it's not very good, but would you like some?
Yeah, uh-huh.
He doesn't give it's liquid at this point.
Oh, why was it for you?
I was going to get you a glass.
Oh, I thought you should.
But it's garbagey, so then I didn't
Take
want
a
to
sip
offend
first,
your
Al. Let's
palate.
assess this.
Let's please stay tuned.
Yes.
How garbagey? What am I?
Well-
Corbel.
Oh, I'm okay with Corbel.
Let's
I
see.
it's not like Al's standard.
Oh, it's not sweet. I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah?
That's all I
Did you,
need.
Katie, how much do we have?
It could be a lot
I
colder.
have one bottle.
Okay, well, bring
There's more. There's
bring
more
yourself
champagne in
something. Bring
Oh,
yourself
yeah, 'cause
something.
yeah.
God
bring
damn it.
yourself something. This could be colder. Maybe we should ice this.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
Did this come out of a refrigerator?
Mine. Well, unless she brought a bottle that
I
did
don't
not
know.
come
I
from
would,
her.
I would check the temperature of everything you own right now.
Maybe because it's so humid.
No, I have a
Oh,
thermometer.
32%.
No, it's not. There-
32%
if you look
humidity,
at
ladies and gentlemen.
things that aren't interesting to anybody else. If you look at my fridge, there is a thermometer, and it tells you that I'm actually below the food storage temperature.
I know.
Because you learned that
Ooh,
from
you're
McDonald's.
fast.
From who?
McDonald's, didn't you?
No, I just have a thermometer in there, and my fridge works
No,
really
I thought
good.
you like as far as keeping everything colder.
No,
that was...
I did. I
Well,
was king of drive-through at McDonald's when I worked there when I was 16, some 30 years ago.
It was in a
that you-
basket in
that's
the
weird.
at the
What is that?
at the grocery. So it like
new.
wasn't in the cooler.
Oh, so that's why it's not cold.
That's why it's not cold. Not in your refrigerator.
I'm gonna go ice that. You people chat.
Yeah.
We're gonna start headlines, and you always find
gonna listen.
jocularity within the headlines. Jesus Christ!
Go to the moon. I'm going to the moon.
It's not far. It's just the kitchen. I'll leave the door open. There you go. If anybody ever listens to the show, they're gonna be, what are these
Poor
crazy
folks,
fuckers doing?
I'm so sorry.
Oh my God, Marnie, are we ready?
You know,
Can we pull it
think
off?
So, yeah.
You think so? I just need
do.
three. I just need three from you.
Okay,
we can talk about
so
more.
we just need three. You and Katie should talk for a minute. 'Cause then
Oh,
I'm gonna
Katie?
decide. Uh-huh.
Yes,
We're
Clayton.
gonna. What am I to expect now? I sent you an email.
Okay, I have
Again.
three.
Oh, now you ready?
Okay, good chat. Good chat, Clayton.
Well done.
I
Good
just
talk.
snorted. Oh my.
I mean, you can keep talking if you want.
Well, no, I emailed her, really, basically. I already took care of what I needed to, what I was going to say just to fill time, but I didn't have to do that.
Okay.
Holy Christ. It's 7:47. It's the show. Here we go with some headlines. And they go something like this. Oh, so much to talk about right here on Q Talk America. It's a Tuesday night and Al's drunk.
Woo!
A survey of people feel that keeping up with technology is very important.
Something about rodeo sex and sluts that are just whores in training.
California Park says, hey, pee here.
Fuck you, I'm gonna write my own obituary.
Vicious pet traps couple in bedroom.
And a woman died 6 years ago, and, well, we just found her.
Also, a survey says that there are 38 states with lower brain health than Florida.
Hey!
This and much, much more coming right now.
I'm worried about 38 states right now.
You worried about the 38 states, Al? There's no
That's
reason.
just different.
There's no reason. Well, the funnier part, you're here in a little while. It's all right. I have to cue up an audio clip for this because it's just too goddamn funny. This one, that's what I need. And we're back. All right. Portland, Oregon. Oh, it's a lovely place up in Portland, Oregon. Well, Portland police had to be called to subdue a 22-pound house cat that trapped its owners.
Christ.
Yeah.
Hey, Marty.
Now, did that eat
by
Siegfried
the way-
or Roy?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It wasn't a white cat.
Marge is like 26. Mom's cat.
Oh,
my
again, that's not a cat.
No, it's
my Marty weighs
bigger than
20
a small
pounds.
dog, yeah?
Okay, let me continue on. Police were called to subdue a 22-pound house cat that had trapped its owners inside their bedroom after attacking their baby. Now, the baby was not injured in the Sunday incident. Sergeant Pete Simpson, a Portland Police Bureau spokesman, said that officers responded to an emergency call that evening from a couple who had locked themselves in their bedroom with the baby and their dog after the cat attacked the child. Simpson said the operator could hear the cat screeching in the background as the couple awaited help.
He's charging us. He's at our door, bedroom door.
One moment, okay?
You hear him
Can you keep
scream?
your
That was
door?
the cat.
Yeah, I hear him. Hold on. Keep your door shut, okay?
She's trying
Keep
not
your
to
door
laugh.
shut.
Now, I don't mean to interrupt you.
Of course not.
Is no one
no.
concerned about the baby, the free-range baby that's still out there with the
No,
wild creature?
No. If you would listen, stand by. I'll go back to my story. Jesus, he didn't listen at all.
No, but I thought they left the baby.
Officers
thrown the
responded to an
baby.
emergency call that evening from a couple who had locked themselves in their bedroom with the baby and the dog.
I just heard the dog. Okay,
Okay,
I'm
no.
back.
So no, no, no.
Get the dog, leave the baby.
Yeah, exactly. Save
Save
Pluto.
the dog. Right. Officers used a dog
That
snare.
kid didn't look like me anyways. Fuck it.
Officers used a dog snare to capture the cat and
Fucking
place it
cheater.
in a crate. Simpson said the owners told the dispatcher that the cat did have a history of violence. When asked about this being an odd situation, the owner, Teresa Barker, said, oddly her name is Barker, she said, "This is not a laughing matter, especially if it was happening to you. The cat remains with its owners, and at press time, we don't know if the cat has legal representation."
I mean, that's a big cat.
That's a
Here,
big pussy.
kitty.
Kitty. Go ahead.
Oh, my. Oh, those poor sluts are just whores in training.
Who?
Sluts? Just them. Just
Okay.
sluts.
Just all sluts.
Sluts are just whores in training. Another wisdom offered by a sitting Arkansas judge.
Oh, I had a girl.
I read through this. Aaron sent this to me, and I roared. If you have gay sex, then it's just a, quote, small step, unquote, to sex with a dog. Sluts are just whores in training. Women shouldn't make an emotional decision to divorce because the husband stepped out if he was a good provider. And whatever you do, don't go to
brought it
Disneyland
right
during
back to
Gay
it.
Because week.
We brought it right back to
Yes.
Idina Menzel.
Right.
So she apparently he stepped out.
That's right. But he was a good provider.
But you got to admit, that thing's going to get hit a couple times before you get to it.
It's like buying a rental car.
I know. That thing's not going to come to you undented in the hymen area. Come on.
This judge goes on this Arkansas Blue Hog report.
Jesus
which just made
Christ.
me laugh. It's a blog.
Oh, Blue Hog.
Blue Hog report.
Bog. It's a bog.
That's somebody who in Arkansas did not understand the word blog and thought, well, they must have blue hog because I don't understand anything else
Hey,
in
you know,
English.
I suggest Google it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm going to Google
This
blue hog.
this Mike Maggio is he posted under a surname, and he offered questionable views on race, sexuality,
Surname
women.
is last name. What did you mean to
and,
say?
he had a username.
Questionable.
Oh, you said
Oh,
surname.
I apologize. No,
Okay, I'm
just
like,
he had
She's just reading the blue hog.
He
is
was.
all.
My apologies. The comment about sex with dogs arose in a discussion thread about a woman in Vegas that was arrested for sex with a pit bull. And
Not a
Maggio-
pit boss, which is totally different.
separate. Right off the.
Which he could have gotten that wrong too on the blue hog.
It's off the strip. So this comment, this Maggio suggested that TGG-LBS sex, which by the way reminded us.
Medical marijuana.
Oh, good.
What is?
Blue hog.
Blue hog.
Number one number.
Survey says Blue Hog.
Google it.
I guess I decided after seeing marijuana, I was done with my iPod and I shut it. Once I found out that blue hog was marijuana, I went to buy blue hog and left.
I laughed so hard I was out of shot. I'm sorry, out of frame. Sorry. Keep me in frame. Okay.
Apparently, Maggio is smart enough for all of those letters, which we like to, the LGBTQ, A, B, C, D, E.
right. I
So
want
he
you back.
just goes to TGG-LBS, which is apparently transgender, gay, lesbian, or bisexual. So
Those are nice letters.
Yes.
It rolls off actually
does.
better.
It does.
Ladies and gentlemen,
TGG-LBS.
TGG-LBS.
sounds like a
AFL-CIO
golf
NFL.
tournament.
It sounds like
like
an
a
express
golf
train to
tournament.
Newark. I'll be at the
Or
TTLGBS.
like a new disease.
Yeah, well, it probably would be because according to Maggio, that is a gateway to copulating with
I
canines.
hate gateways.
So
Let me do what I want.
he goes on about race. He appears to rely on certain stereotypes in a question asking whether the word Indian refers to Native Americans or South Asians. And he reminisces Asians
You can
Sajans?
just call them
And he-
Indians.
and he
It's been
reminisces-
India for a couple years.
about attending segregated theaters where
Fe-
he used
dot,
to
not
wonder
feather.
why African Americans got the balcony seats.
Because he wanted to sit up there?
Most disturbing statement,
gotta see this
however,
guy's picture.
maybe wait, I've got it, and that's the
Yes.
maybe a description of something called rodeo sex, which appears to be
Sounds
when
good. It sounds like a TGGLDS.
I'm on it. I'm going to
it
Google
does,
it.
and actually, I thought it was going to be
Just
about the
Google
gay
rodeo
rodeo,
sex.
but no. It's when a man tries to physically force a woman to continue having sex with him
For more than
after
7 seconds.
He has said something.
Wait, after she
Just
says
stay
stop.
on.
after-
Stay on for 7 seconds. You can do it.
After he has said something to her that causes her to withdraw her consent. He does not withdraw his consent, apparently.
Like the phrase "fat bitch."
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
there
get
we
it.
go.
I know what you
Rodeo.
did.
Rodeo sex, bend her over, slide in from behind, put your arm under and around her neck, lean forward, then whisper in her ear. This just how your sister liked it.
Oh.
Then try to hold on for 8 seconds.
All right, I have.
And this is who? What
This
is
is
his
called-
position again?
It's called
Top.
rodeo sex.
Rodeo sex.
Now, I have a visual brought to you by the signs that give you immigrant crossing.
Immigrant.
Immigrant.
You immigrant.
You immigrant.
You been reading that blue
You
hog
is
again?
it.
You is
in that blue hog.
exactly where it's just gonna go.
I'm quietly
You is
psychic
smart,
tonight.
You is kind and you is immigrant.
Mount your girlfriend from behind.
Do-si-do and go around at your girlfriend.
That's steps 6 through 20. Then tell her you think her sister is hot. And then hold on.
For 8
Because
seconds.
she's going to try to buck you off.
Yep.
What if she doesn't have a sister?
Well, and God bless her.
Well, then she's going to be very confused as to who you think,
You think she is?
You know, I
Oh my
think
God, you're fucking a stranger. You're fucking a stranger.
I think your brother's hot.
And is he an elected? Is he an appointed? What's happening with this
Now,
man's
I'm
position?
not going to mock him. I am not going to mock him
I
for
will. Can I?
anything.
Oh.
Who would have sex with him?
A dog probably is how he knows.
Well, be nice to the animals.
Oh wow,
Aaron, we're sorry that we suggested that a dog might actually have.
Sex with this.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
it.
So there you have it. So
Imagine
if you're
if
ever
your
in
face had
Arkansas,
I'm just so curious though. I wish he would break down like the difference between a slut and a whore. I love that sluts are whores in training.
training.
Like what makes when do you cross the threshold and
Now-
become a full-fledged whore?
Now, what if you
Google
were
that.
born with too many features?
What does that mean?
Look at his face.
So-
He's
special
born
features?
with an
No.
extra little
A
bit of
double
nose
feature?
and no lip.
It's
so
all
I
up-
feel
She saw it immediately.
Yeah,
He's got
immediately.
like too much nose, and it looks like
isn't
there's a
it
fourth
called a
cheek.
cleft
bottom,
palate?
just
Isn't
a-
that a cleft palate?
I don't know. That's not a cleft
I
palate.
I never got to any kind of medical diagnosis.
I thought it was a cleft
No,
palate.
let me see him.
If you
hold on.
Let me
skinned,
get
Show it again.
closer.
if
Show it
you
again.
skinned him alive, there'd be like 4 extra feet of skin.
Why is
Where did he go?
your cord is really taut for?
Oh, your cord
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Your
Stop
cord
talking
is
about
tight.
your taut
And
cord.
don't spill that.
That's what she said.
And don't
Yeah.
spill your liquor
hold
on your
on.
laptop because I did that once.
I
on,
really
there
like
you
to
go.
tell you that your cord is tight.
It taut.
Taut. It's taut.
Your dusty muffin.
My mama
Oh,
told me it was
boy.
taut.
My mama done told me.
No, my mama
Mom
done
told
told
me.
me. Little Harold Arlen.
When I was a knee pound.
That was in knee pads. You're a whore.
Pants. Knee
Oh.
pants.
It's pigtails, but we'll go with
When
knee
I
pads.
was in pigtails.
Oh, I don't know.
I think.
could be a cleft palate, but it doesn't seem that pronounced.
No, I think there's
Well,
something
I
wrong with
think
his
it's
cheek.
surgery.
But regardless of the cleft palate,
He's
he still
awful
has an
looking.
extra nose and no
He looks like he was.
It looks like the metal plate they put in the
it looks
back
like
of his
he was,
head.
It looks like he was picking his nose way too hard and pulled.
You know
and
that,
then it came down on
You know
the
that
side.
look Britney Spears has where she looks like she was deprived of oxygen for a
Oh,
while?
Kevin Dassis.
That's the same thing right there.
Hunt you down.
this guy.
Oh, Barbara Seville is sneaking into the studio. Yeah. Turn on that. Turn on that microphone like you are. We're at Charlie's.
think it's
Turn-
on?
No, turn it
No?
on. No, it's not. Turn it on. Who's?
She don't want to show off no more.
Turn that mic.
I don't want
Who's-
an encore no
Barbara,
more.
turn. Barbara knows how to turn that
Okay.
mic up. Press and hold.
Turn it up, turn it on, turn it on, turn it on.
and-
I would have worn a makeup or something had I known there'd
Oh.
be cameras and lights.
But just hold
And
on
how
one
does it
minute.
seem?
Delightful.
I just can't deal with the fact that his hair's not done and you're not wearing makeup.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not wearing makeup either. God damn it! Give me all the credit I deserve.
I'm
I don't want to show off no more.
I'm
Just
sorry.
look at me.
Tammy
Seriously,
Faye's not
fine.
wearing makeup either.
Would you like headphones, Babs? Are you
Oh,
staying?
I'm fine. I just wanted to say hello.
Well, hi. We were
Hello.
talking. We started
You've
off.
never been here with all of us.
No.
He's a
Oh my
handsome-
gosh.
I know,
Handsome
it's a
little
fun
devil,
night.
huh?
No, we never have done this together. I've done it with you.
No.
God knows I've done it with Clayton.
Well, I don't even like how that sounds.
I'm gonna move my electronic equipment away from whatever he's done it with next.
That only
It
happened
is-
twice.
It is. It's the end of hour one.
Can
we
we
have
interest
2
you in
hours.
mid-level to low-level
Stand
champagne?
by.
That's good
It's
for
a-
me.
It's the bottom shelf.
It's the
agent.
end of
Get your
hour.
glass.
Hour 1, we have Hour 2 coming up. Barbara Seville's going to join us for a while. We've got more headlines to do, so many more things going on. Who knows what's going to happen? We have 2 more hours. Thank you for joining us. We will be back from Studio C on Q Talk America. It's the show. Thank you for listening. By the way, phone a friend. Have them log on too, would you? Because we need more people to listen to this.
Say hello.
You've been listening to the show on Q Talk America. This is Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. The show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's the show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton McKee.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. It's 8 o'clock, the beginning of Hour 2. You have nothing in your headphones? You do or don't? We'll try the other. Are there 2 pairs?
Shan't.
She shan't. Try that. Yeah, those are the ones that should be live. It's the beginning of Hour 2. Thank you for being with us. I am here in studio alongside Katie June, Marnie Ryer, Al Perkins, and joining us in studio is the one and only,
Ooh, that's
the
European.
blonde and bubblicious Barbara Seville is here.
It's an honor to be here.
It's an honor to have you.
Now,
It is.
Welcome aboard.
we were talking earlier in the show. We were explaining that
Welcome.
my backyard was full of starlets and stardom because you are in rehearsal for this week's pageant.
Exciting.
The Miss Gay. You want to explain to the public what's going on?
The Miss Phoenix Gay Pride Pageant is this Sunday at the venue of Scottsdale. It's a fundraiser for the Phoenix Pride Scholarship Fund. And I'm super excited because it's been hard, but it's been a lot of fun, and I can't wait for it to be over.
I'm not going to tell you about what the number is, but it is so cute. I love it. I laugh at the number, even though I've seen it 100 times. I still laugh at it because I think it's a great number.
I was saying the same thing, that I was a part of a small part of it, and so I've seen it and whatever.
You're part of the conception.
I am, but to see even in rehearsal in Clayton's backyard, so fun, and it is just so. I feel like it's just so perfect for Barbara Seville.
I agree. I totally agree.
It just is so Barbara Seville.
It's a winning number.
It really is good.
I agree with that.
Oh, I just really,
No,
really.
I love the song. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I was not invited to watch or participate, but I love the song.
But Al said he might be able to show up on Sunday for the
Yeah,
pageant.
tell
I can
us
do
about
it Sunday.
tickets if we haven't already purchased them. Can we do them still, or kind of what if we're kind of we don't really know if our schedule's happening?
Well,
too.
the
Oh, I
tickets
have a second part to
are
that.
still available, and they're at phoenixpride.org. And there's also a discount code, but no, I can't give it to you because it's for dancers only. But we could totally.
What about
I'm a
early?
dancer.
What about conceptual
I
talent?
have the body of a dancer.
conceptual?
You
I'm a
do.
conceptual.
It's hidden.
I have the body of
talent.
7 dancers.
It's
Tilt that mic up just a little bit, Barbara. will you?
although the tickets are $25,
you
but
go.
the whole thing,
that's perfect.
everything about it is
So
a
we-
fundraiser for the Phoenix
Yeah,
Pride Scholarship
25
Fund.
ain't no thing.
And it's to help educate people. Last year they gave away $20,000. They awarded $20,000 in scholarships.
Now,
and this
am I-
year their goal is to raise $30,000.
Now, I have to ask. Now, when you say it's to educate people, am I buying tickets for people to see Milk, or is this a college fund that I'm contributing to?
It will be a college fund.
I thought that was going to
Yes.
be funnier when I said it.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Work
No,
through
no.
it.
Yeah.
Take another sip.
Workshop it.
Now, you have had something on Facebook that I apologize that I have not
Contributed
gone on,
to?
and I haven't looked at. But with
It's a one way to
contributing
say
to, I don't have checkbook or cash with me. But do they? Is it?
Can you
a way
still
to
contribute?
donate
You
with,
can't donate online. We had
you
to turn.
can't. That's what I wondered.
Yeah,
That's
we
cut
had
off.
We had to turn all that off. So that
But
they
it's
get their
probably
money
a
in
good
time.
thing to still donate to.
Oh yeah, you can give me cash.
That's what I just said. I don't have any here.
You
I
can-
can meet you this week.
Yeah, you
but
can
that
do
would
that.
be about it.
Because if I might interrupt Marcia over there.
Oh, weird.
What is the scholarship about? Because I did have questions and I didn't feel they were answered by the online part of it.
Basically, it's LGBTQ people are eligible to apply for the scholarships, and that can be to pursue an education, continue an education, or complete an education. One guy last year, one guy got a big chunk of the money last year because he applied for it and had a very compelling story, and was just a little bit away from graduating law school, and he is a lawyer now.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
That is
All
really
right.
cool.
And it's really-
That's fantastic. I was hoping for a story like that. I just didn't feel like
And
when
what
I
about
researched it, I
and what about Trudy? Trudy went back to school.
Trudy went back to school.
for after however long.
Yeah, forever.
Long time.
And I think she's so far as the oldest recipient of a grant, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably.
Oldest, and she received, I believe Trudy received it, I think 2 years in a row because she was so
Continuing.
close to, or whatever it was, like she had done great and she applied again and her story was very compelling and she was selected for a second year in a row.
And I, as an adult learner, and myself and 3 of my closest friends all went back to school at a very advanced age, and got our we all got
Geriatric, if you
but we all got our degrees closer to 40 or over 40 as opposed to like younger, and so I was intrigued by that and wanted to hear more because there's a time when I know a lot of people think to themselves.
Underneath.
The opportunity for school is done, or the opportunity
Past.
to improve
Right.
yourself is past, and it certainly has not.
And I thought the scholarships would be for
The youth.
teenage, the
Right.
youth,
Well, they're
right,
for anybody-
early 20s.
anybody who
That's
applies for 'em.
awesome.
And that's what I want to hear is
Wonderful.
anybody that's got a story that says, I want to learn, I want to do better. I think it's a good example. And
See, I'm pretty active. I consider myself very active, and I think I know a lot of what's going on. But I didn't know too much about the scholarship fund. So if I win, that's going to be my my job is to tell people about it first of all and encourage, because there could be somebody in the audience who is just 1 credit away, or somebody who's just 1 year away, or somebody who
And
just,
has financial hardships and
Yeah.
just can't
or
get
who
it
needs
done.
to, or who needs to get started and just feels like it's too overwhelming even to just get started. I mean, that's another great.
and no matter what help you have, school is expensive. Going back to school at any point, or starting school, or whatever point you go to school,
It's financially overwhelming
it's
sometimes.
financially overwhelming. So you're my idol on so many things, but I was so excited to find out that there was somewhere.
It's only a
to,
2 more hour show.
No,
Don't stroke
no.
very good.
But for someone
but I
to donate
agree.
money that could help,
Right.
help somebody.
Well, and not just that, but
You know.
the idea that when you go and you get the student loans, I mean, everything is so daunting about it in general.
And
That
any
people kinda go,
scholarship,
I'm not
anything
gonna
you can-
try,
right.
and you get the scholarship, and to be able to have this here and then put it right
Yeah.
toward it,
And it's-
wonderful.
the
Just
thing about it is
wonderful.
it's money that they're going to give away. So
Right.
I want people to go out there and go get that money.
Yes.
And my goal, in addition to educating people about it and raising money for it, will be to encourage specifically people over 30 to go for it. I mean, because I know like these 18 and 19-year-old kids, I mean, their education is important too, but there are so many scholarships available to them.
Right.
I mean, they're all over. People are contacting them and saying, hey, do you want this money? Whereas somebody who's maybe been out of the game for a while, they're not.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't know where to go. Maybe they don't know that it's there. Maybe they're too shy to ask. Maybe they're too proud to ask.
Well,
Or just don't
Can,
think it's
can other
longer
people
available.
nominate
I don't know about
with
that.
stories? I wonder if
Yeah.
you
just have
know
to
if you
apply.
know people that are
I'm not
nervous
sure.
about
But
it.
One of the things that in reference to, you were saying like the younger people, there's so many other opportunities for them, or where there's other avenues. When you do get a little older, how much of a life you could change? Because maybe it's that person who had the financial hardship who needed 1 credit, and that they go for a semester or a year. I forget how long those things last, and then boom, their entire life can change just from one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the
finishing.
youngest of 9 kids, and my father didn't graduate until I was probably, I would say 7, 8, 9 years old. And I remember our family being poor until he graduated, like poor.
And then once that
And
happened,
once he graduated, our family, like our style of life changed immediately.
And
Like,
look at you now.
immediately. Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean,
sure
that
he's
T-shirt
thrilled.
looks very fancy.
It is. It's lovely.
rehearsing in a backyard.
We didn't become rich, but there. I mean, it's not
But
like,
you're-
It
it
just
changes.
changed.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I remember not having heat in Ohio, that kind of shit.
Well, in Ohio, that would
God,
suck. In
yeah.
Arizona, you don't need it. But in
But and I have to say, like, again, like for adult learners, like one of the things for me was I called it indentured servitude. But they said if you work for an inner city not-for-profit hospital for 3 years, we'll pay for this amount.
Yeah.
So anytime that as you get older and you have, and I'm not married, I have no one supporting me, so it's all exchanges. You have to make these exchanges. And some of the things were scholarships. Some of the things, it makes a huge difference. And I was so excited to see something within the community. Like I was, again.
Did you know about it?
I had never heard of it, and as soon as I saw your thing, I was like, I'll look into. I wanted to know more, but I was happy to a small amount, but I was happy to give something towards it.
And it's a good thing that we're talking about it now, and that you want to be sharing about it as well, because I know that Phoenix Pride for a long time, the last few years that the foundation has been around, it's been a challenge to kind of get that word out. People are so in their heads that Phoenix Pride is the party in the park, and it's been
That's
a
all it is,
challenge
right.
education piece to the community.
That's true.
The other things that Phoenix Pride offers has been it's been a challenge.
And
So
I think-
it's-
But the problem is that things are announced at Pride, at the party in the park, where things
Yes,
will
there
be,
was a-
you'll hear different things during
Yeah.
performances and whatnot, where, in passing.
And then a little bit
okay.
later, they at the gala is
Yeah.
when they announce
Or gala, depending on how much you paid for your
Depending.
ticket.
Tomato,
It all
tomato.
depends, that's right.
Yeah, so there at the gala, that's where they announce the recipients of these scholarships that Richard is raising money for, along with like who wins the Pride parade floats and the judges things, all that. They there's a lot more that goes on there, but you really do get to see because and if you've not gone to the gala and you've not seen the video montages of the recipients of stuff, you get a better. A better example of what it's all
What they
about.
do. Yep. Sure.
They
Yep.
do so much more than
You're
the
right.
Pride in the Park and then Rainbows Festival and the parade. There's so many more things. Because I went to lunch months ago with Justin Owen, and I was even kind of like, I had no idea that you were involved in that much stuff.
Sure.
When I went to the contestant meeting, I didn't know that they spend literally time and money educating, say, Southwest Ambulance on how to deal with trans issues or how to handle someone who's not in a traditional relationship. Like that's what they do. They actually do those things. So I always feel bad for the people that work for Pride because it's such a no-win situation. No one's ever happy, but they really are working,
tough.
and they're doing
they
a
are
lot.
they're doing a lot, and it's tough. It's a tough.
And all people want to talk about is the beers are $5 at Pride.
Yeah.
Where does
But
my
that goes
they-
towards, not only is it's expensive as hell to put on, but any profits made go back to funding like these scholarships.
That's what always blows my mind, and I know that there are other prides around that are free, but
Where?
Yeah,
San Francisco, for
A lot of them
example,
are free.
Yeah, a lot of them are free.
Verde
but
Valley is not.
There are some different situations. There are just different layouts, different cities, different things that are happening. San Francisco Pride also is free, but also bankrupt at one point, and. So it blows my mind when people are like, where does all this money go? And I feel like, look around. Where do you think
and
all
now-
of this comes from?
And now just a minor wish
Even
list.
at the festival.
Yeah, a minor wish list from me, and I know it's a tough sell. I know it's a tough thing to. We are so talk radio right now. I know it's a tough thing to get across, but to have Pride maybe help with the arts in schools would be a good place to go. I know that's a tough sell because I know we tried to do a fundraiser at BS West one time for Valley 1 in 10, or what are they called?
1 in 10.
One in
It used
10,
to be Voight, though.
Voight, yeah.
Valley 1 in 10.
Right, right.
And I have to say they were very resistant to take money from a bar. Like they were like, ugh.
That's changed.
Right. But what I'm
They'll
saying
take
is,
money from anywhere, I think.
but for the Pride to help out
Most places will.
Pride things to help out with arts in schools, which is such a needed area.
It's an interesting.
But,
It is,
but then
really
it would be
is.
hard to get. It would be hard to get the schools maybe to take money from an organization that would
I
have
don't
some
know.
controversy.
Well,
But
but how many places do you put your hands into? I mean, that's
Yeah.
the difficult part too, because then it spreads so thin that you can't.
But there
really
are
But I'm
some
thinking as far as
opportunities.
scholarships or money or
Right,
stuff like
right.
that is to get that out there for an out high school kid, which I think there's more and more of. And I think that one of the I swear it saves lives. Like I've been saying it for 30 some years now that the arts programs save lives. Like they keep
sure.
people. You find people that think like you, and to give money to them and keep them going and maybe fund them a little bit
And
more.
two cool things are there have been more and more GSAs, even high school gay straight alliances.
Thank you. I'm like
That participate in the
Guess us.
parade or that
that
participate
Girl
in
Scout
Pride
cookies?
events, mostly the parade. But then actually that's a really interesting idea because there is a fine art, I mean, not a performance art, but there's a, I don't even know what you call fine art. Tent component piece in the bistro tent, which is traditionally more families, a lot more lesbian, but there's always a big art component there that they've done the last couple of years. So it's an interesting thought to try to tie in the GSAs to that area.
When we get to like teen suicides and stuff like that, I think that the arts save lives. Like I think how many people do you know
important.
that were despondent until they found drama club or found some way
Oh,
for their
so many.
creative outlet and found a couple fat girls and a couple of fun people. You know what I mean?
I remember when.
Kind of like this show. It is 8:13. We always begin hour 2 with a drinking disclaimer. We're going to do that right now.
Do you have?
And now, a drink along. We dare you to stay awake during this royalty-free music and to play a drinking game with us. If you are currently or soon to be driving a car, you cannot play. If you are presently the primary caregiver for children and or the elderly, You may desperately want to play, but no. If you are listening from a rehab facility, you are disqualified because you already hit bottom. And that means you already won this game at least once. If playing this game is in any way illegal for you, put the bottle down and make better life choices. There is no good in your goodbye, and there is no lifeguard on duty, so you will be swimming at your own risk. Tell your lawyer to take the fucking day off. You can't sue us. We warned you. Good luck.
Our drinking word is going to be in the honor of an introduction. We're going to do it with ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Anytime there's an introduction.
No, anytime you go to ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen. So what
Al
Al means by that is anytime he wants to interrupt.
Right. She got it.
I got it.
Oh.
In lieu of, may I just. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, he's right there. He's on it.
Thank God I can think on my feet. Can I go pee now?
You can go pee now. Well,
My
before-
other drinking word when it comes back to you was really funny.
well, that's fine. Well, if you want to change it when you come back,
I like
you let
it.
us know. You let us know, Al.
Better when it's organic.
We're still in the middle of our headline section between Marnie and I. By the way, Barbara, did everybody else depart, and is my house locked up?
I think Sasha's out there. I forgot about
Well,
Sasha.
then you might want to go check on it. You want to go? I just like to make sure that everybody's taken care of. We'll let Barbara run out to my backyard and make sure everybody is okay.
Awesome.
As Richard runs through the house asking for people, and I have no furniture, so I don't know how.
He's running through. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen,
of the
Sasha?
jury.
It is your turn, sir.
I thought it was. I'm not sure. Well, one of the things that we all know is in our ever rapidly changing tech world, it's kind of important to keep up, with words and phrases and technology in general, because most of these words and phrases have become part of our everyday life. Similar to back in the day when at one point asking someone to hand you the clicker was kind of weird for people who didn't know what you were talking about. Turns out it was a remote control. Well, it turns out the tech talk goes over most Americans' head. In fact, according to a new survey, 11% of people surveyed think that HTML, which is a web-coded language, it's the way that they code,
I think
websites.
You mean Hotmail.
No, HTML. They think it's an STD.
Oh.
12% of Americans think
You have that? I got it.
I got it. I got HTML.
I got HTML.
12% of Americans think that a USB is an acronym for a European country.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
More
Is
than
this real?
Yes, it
I
is
can
real.
believe it. I
More than
absolutely can.
3/4 of Americans don't know what an SEO is, which is
I don't.
And I honestly,
I've never heard those three letters used
I
together
thought
in
it
my
was
life.
search engine optimization.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it
Of
is.
course it is. Ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies
it
and
is
gentlemen,
search
Katie
engine
J.
I actually probably wouldn't have.
optimization.
I worked for an SEO firm. Otherwise, I may not have known that either.
And I had heard of it, but I
even
never put the
know.
acronym together. Almost 25 people surveyed in this think that an MP3 is a robot from Star Wars.
That's fair.
That really is kind of
That's
fair.
fair.
C3PO is what
Or
that is.
Can we
R2D2,
can we have
put
a
them
class
together.
a little bit later on how to get a YouTube video song onto my device?
Yes. Thank you. Really?
Does that fit into this
No,
story?
well, it is a technical story.
good.
Continuing with the survey, close to 30% of people think a gigabyte, which is a unit of storage measurement for computers, hard drives, and memory sticks and such, 30% thought that a gigabyte was a South American insect.
Oh,
That's fair.
Now,
that's
even,
fair.
Now,
It's a byte from a giga.
Now, this next one seems almost like they interviewed Al for it. 15% of respondents thought that software referred to comfortable clothing.
Oh,
Ringer tees from Target.
it sounds like Pussy LaHoot was part of this.
Well, could have been. Could have been.
She
Just
was
my software.
She was reduced to tears.
42% of people in the survey thought that a motherboard was the deck of a cruise ship.
Oh, see, come on.
Again,
that's
that's not-
awesome.
I mean, I feel
If
like
it
people were
wasn't
joking
awesome.
in their
If it
responses,
wasn't
like they
for
were
Sex
maybe
in
lying.
The City, I would have no
Yeah.
idea. I only know what a
Here's the
motherboard
pro-
is from
I'm-
Sex in the City.
I feel like everyone
I'm
was
with him.
sort of
and
half lying
no,
about this
I'm
when they
going to say
answered.
that I would not have been half
You
lying.
you think that they would?
I don't
been-
have a fucking
You-
clue about any of this
You
stuff.
all will get this. 18% of the people in this survey actually thought a Blu-ray was a marine animal.
Now they should be shot.
Now that's a problem.
They should be shot. I do
Do
have
you
to tell
notice it's a problem only when I know what it is and they don't?
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
Have you noticed that? I'm
Yeah.
like,
I do have to
please.
say that, like, words,
Idiots.
phrases, and
Morons.
people.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies and
there are
gentlemen.
words, phrases, and people that come into my life, and I discard them immediately as like you're unnecessary.
Yeah,
Right.
totally.
You know what I mean? Like I don't ever need to know what a gigabyte is. The actual definition of gigabyte
don't know.
will never
Yeah, I don't.
be
It's a-
part of my
And
life.
the
I don't
short
think so.
short of that is just a gig. How many gigs is it? So if you hear somebody say gig,
Yeah,
they
but
mean
see,
gigabyte.
gig means
All I
a
know
show.
And our meg is a
A gig
megabyte.
is a show. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Well,
How big's
How
the
many
gig?
gigs?
How many
How big's
gigs?
the
How many
gig?
gigs I got? What I
there
want
are
to
10
know is how can you
performers.
turn my earphones or microphone down because I feel loud.
You're drunk.
You
That's
are.
why.
Yep.
Ladies
you are
and
a little-
gentlemen.
like a smidge.
smidge
like a
loud.
gig loud.
Let's wrap
Giggle
it-
loud.
Maybe I'm a gig loud. How much
Is the
of
dog in
these
the window?
numbers does it take to get all the songs from Smash on this phone and still be answered to answer a phone call? How much Jeremy Jordan can fit on this phone and I can answer a phone call? It's a green card with a CD player.
I'm sure-
This is-
right.
I want to break it down to this.
Now, the best part of this entire survey was so many people got so many things wrong, but the big thing is that 60% of all surveyed believe that it's very important to have a strong understanding of technology in this day and age.
Yeah. How many
But
people
they-
thought Michelle Bachmann was a cunt? I'm going to say 98.
All of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I say a cunt. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Can't understand
Stupid
what
awful.
it,
I know technology is important, but there are things like that I don't understand or even care about. Like you, I don't know what a gigabyte is. I don't know
I know
how many it is, and I don't care.
Yeah.
And do you
When it
have
stops
to?
working, I'll.
Right.
I'll ask somebody to make it work again.
I'm going to go to a gigabyte person.
I'm going to point and say daiquiri.
I can do other things,
Like?
People that
like lift my foot up over my
Which was quite graceful.
Do your ankles
fantastic.
go behind your head?
oh my
I got
God, you're right. It is a
back there.
football
Where'd you got
helmet.
that gigabyte?
It is a football helmet.
Oh my God. You are.
Does your hair does that go over your head? Go.
All right, so my second.
Oh, Marsha's up.
Yeah, Marsha's up.
She snuck right into that
So
one.
I say, fuck you, I'm going to write my own obituary.
oh,
right? I
okay.
mean, like,
Girl.
seriously.
Do it
Like,
now.
how much fun would that be to just be like, I'm going to write this out? Because when Philip Seymour Hoffman died,
I want-
they already had his obituary.
Right, the
written,
media,
They
the
do
media
that for
always does.
everybody.
Right.
Hold
Doesn't
on.
matter what
Ladies
age.
and gentlemen, where's
Oh,
my bell?
here
Where's my
we are.
goddamn
Yeah.
bell? Have you not seen the Mary Tyler Moore
the
show where
cross-
Mary and Rhoda have to update the obituaries? This has been around since the 70s. We've
Yes.
all known that obituaries are pre-written.
Well, you have to have it ready.
Did actually
was-
see that one.
For the
But
clowns.
I want you to all be ready for the thoughtful vulgarity later because it may be, ladies and gentlemen, something related to this.
Fantastic.
God,
I just want to read you one of the most fantastic
Well,
obituaries
please
I
do.
had
The
ever,
floor is
ever
yours.
read.
Marnie Ryer, ladies and
Thank
gentlemen.
you.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you.
Marnie Ryer.
So this gentleman did not want, Walter George Brule Jr., did not want to leave the writing of his obituary to any just random family member.
And who would?
No.
Ooh.
Control
so he
freak.
wrote it.
Hashtag control freak.
That should be
If,
in
if
his
Barbara
own-
dies,
Yeah.
this is what's going to happen.
Hashtag sewer dreller.
So before what he did was, before he died, he wrote it himself, leaving blank spaces for the date of his death and the length of time he was married to his wife. And that was all
Blank
they needed.
spaces.
The highlights, right, were written in there by him. It was just fantastic. So what he says is, Walter George Brule Jr. of Newark and Dewey Beach, Delaware, is a dead person. He is no more. He is bereft of life. He is deceased. He has rung down the curtain and gone to join the choir invisible. He has expired and gone to meet his maker.
The choir invisible. Ladies and
Yeah, I love
gentlemen,
that.
the choir invisible.
Invisible.
Barbara, if you can fit that into your pageant, audit. $5 more into the
Kitty.
in the
So
kitty.
he drifted off this mortal coil on March 9th, 2014. They did not fill in the blank for the rest of it here. His spirit was released from his worn-out shell of a body and is now exploring the universe. He was surrounded
That's
by
exploring, not exploding.
Right.
Yeah.
Dang it.
His head will laterally explore, literally
Or
explode.
Or exploiting, because exploiting would be different.
It's the chat room, but nobody's
was-
on it but us.
He was surrounded by his loving
It's a
wife
sad
of
day.
57 years, Helen Sellers Brule, who
Helen
will now
Sellers?
be able to purchase the mink coat, which he had always refused her because he believed only mink should wear mink. His 2 sons,
Fair.
their wives, and his 4 grandchildren. Walt was preceded in death by his tonsils and adenoids in 1935, a spinal disc in 1974,
That
a
was
large
funny.
piece of his thyroid gland in 1988, and his prostate on March 27th, 2000. He was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on April 20th, 1933, and at 10:38 p.m. and weighed in at this isn't all of it. And
How much
was
of his
22
life
long. To Blanche and Walter Brule. He drifted through the Philadelphia public school system from 37
Drifted.
to 51.
Drifted.
Graduating to his mother's
Looking
great
for an arts
relief
program.
from John Bartram High School. Walter was in the Marine Corps And he served from October of 51 to 54. Like, he just goes through fucking everything.
So
Love
here's
it.
the danger of writing your own
attained-
obituary is no editor.
No, but it's fantastic because he was like, I'm going to put it all. I've got it all.
I'm gonna put it
he
all
attained the
in.
rank of sergeant. He chose this path because of Hollywood propaganda, which he succumbed as a child during World War II. He served an electronics apprenticeship in the Naval Yard. Every single thing in here and everything has a decent punchline to it. He was a flunky working for DuPont and accepted a position in the photo products department. Later on, it says that after 31 years, he was given a fine anniversary dinner and a token gift and then downsized in December of 1993.
Not the token.
He was rehired as a contract employee of 94, doing the same job he had been downsized from. There will be no viewing since his wife refuses to honor his request to have him standing in the corner of the room with a glass of Jack Daniels in his hand so that he would appear
He sounds like good people.
natural.
Yeah, I know.
Totally.
Good time.
So he
I
would-
want a
At
viewing where I'm
least.
standing.
right, with his hand in the air so that he would appear natural to visitors.
Come on, we've been expecting you.
Okay.
The cremation will take place at the family's convenience.
While standing.
Yeah, right. So
He will be
anyway,
burned
he
alive
goes
from the
on.
feet up.
Everyone who remembers him is asked to celebrate Walt's life in their own way. Raising a glass of their favorite drink in his memory would be quite appropriate.
All right,
George,
you know what?
for God's sake.
I like that's a classy ending. Say that
That
again.
is.
I like that.
Everyone who remembers him is asked to celebrate Walt's life in their
We're
own way.
happy.
Raising a glass of their favorite drink in his memory would be quite appropriate.
All right, Marnie, write that down. That's a
that
beautiful
is, it
sentiment
is.
to finish
and,
up with.
And my last thing on here that he has, instead of flowers, Walt would hope that you will do an unexpected and unsolicited act of kindness for some poor, unfortunate soul in his name.
Oh, that's very sweet.
I love
Yeah,
those
I
of you
love
that-
the way it ended.
for
yeah.
He
those of-
lost me in the middle, but
Yeah.
he won me back
Yeah,
towards
totally,
the finale.
totally.
For those of you that don't remember him, get the fuck out.
Yeah. I don't want to drop dead no more. When you know the song, it helps. Now I have to, in a weird little spinning world. The last person from a generation above me died a couple of weeks ago. Like, there is no one. There is my sisters and my first cousins, and there was no one from a previous generation alive in my either side of the family.
Okay.
So my sisters. No, but I mean it's weird to be that old. Like I'm not that old. I'm from older parents. From
Ladies
older
and
parents.
gentlemen.
Yeah. And I've told you all that my grandparents are all born in the 1800s. Like, we're going back that far to find grandparents.
Sure.
So it's kind of weird. So when my uncle died, which was the last, like, it wasn't like a married to, it was an actual uncle. The obituary ran, and my sister sent me the link, and I was just laughing because it said predeceased in death by his
Everybody.
by the entire world,
Yeah.
by his parents, and it said Alfred and Margaret Perkins. And I just had and it was just one of those things that when you're staring with it and you want to cry a little bit, but you're at work and you're like looking at the email and you're like, all right, we got to find a laugh here. And I'm like, okay, first off, my grandmother's name was not Margaret, and if you called her Margaret, she would have put a knife through your neck because her name was Marguerite. And it was spelled with like a U and all kinds of fancy letters. And she
Tomato,
won at
tomato.
Scrabble all the fucking time, just on her name. And then the other thing was, like, I'm old, and I never knew that she was married to Alfred Perkins. Like, she had another husband for my entire lifetime and a couple years prior that dated to, like, teen angst of my father, who was born in the 20s. So the people alive that would know that Margaret's last name was Everett Perkins.
Sure.
So I just wrote a note back to my cousins, who it's their dad and my sister, and I was like, her name was
think this is
Marguerite,
right.
and a lot of you look like her, so you should be really worried about pissing her off in the afterlife. Yeah. And second, who's still around that knows that her last name was Ever Perkins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody?
No.
And it was just funny because both my sisters wrote me back immediately like, oh my God, nobody proofread the fucking obituary. And they're like, but everybody's dead, so nobody knows. Like, it's all good. This Margaret person could have been played by Meryl Streep in the movie because no one fucking knows.
And she probably will be.
I mean,
so
hopefully.
funny to write your
Marguerite.
own because the typos, the errors, and if my Uncle Bill had read that, he'd been like, "Oh, if you called my mother Margaret, she would have stabbed you in the throat," because she was so proud of that fancy name that she may have made up. We're not going to put
Allegedly.
that. We're not going to put that past her.
Sure.
She liked to sing at funerals and weddings.
Who doesn't?
I have a grandma
I think
like
it's a great
that.
idea, and keep it in mind for thoughtful vulgarity. So maybe start.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I
Yeah,
thought that would be
it's-
fun. What would we put? I don't know.
What would you put? Think about it now.
Well, speaking of going,
And, if anybody's
I
in-
must be.
yeah.
an unusual new place to go is coming soon to a San Francisco park. It has no seat and no flush handle, but it's raising some questions about practicality from some park goers. Brian Ching happily strolled through Dolores Park on Wednesday, enjoying the overcast afternoon. One thing that he didn't enjoy, and many other people in the park don't enjoy, are the lines of porta potties in the park. They're kind of gross and they're kind of confining, and who knows what people do in there. So starting next week,
Well, George Michael could tell us. Ladies
That's-
and gentlemen.
different part. Starting next week, the park will undergo a $12.5 million renovation. San Francisco's Recreation and Parks Department said that it is part of the renovation to improve the bathrooms as well. 31 new bathroom stalls, 2 buildings will be built, but there will also be one called, and I'm assuming this is French, is it a pissoir? Because it's Pissoir.
It's European. for sure.
Pissoir.
Pissoir, or open air urinal as it's called.
All right.
I'm going to have to
That's
give
for
it
the
to you.
gays in
You
Dolores
pronounced
Park.
that right.
Now,
Pissoir.
there's a big issue right now. And here's a pass around picture for you, and I have a picture that's going up right now on the feed.
What is
So
that a picture
that?
of?
Is
that
it a
is.
cactus?
So-
I feel like this is like the mitochondria of
So
the cell.
right now,
Yeah.
right now,
like
the,
a
of the
cactus.
pissoir.
right now the issue is that people are urinating on the train tracks all around the local train station, and actually throughout the park in many areas.
People
so,
got to pee.
So what this is, there's over 5,000 people visiting the park every weekend, and the porta potties were just really being vandalized and overused. So what they've described is they've decided they're going to put this in there. They are essentially a 7-foot screen with some plants around it, an area that has a drain that empties right into the sewer system. And literally people go into these cylindrical mesh things, take a leak. There's one that has no front on it, so it's open air, or it's wheelchair accessible.
Al fresco, if you will.
Privacy is a concern for park visitor Pedro Martins, who says another says they call it a pee pod is a better idea compared to the stack of porta potties that they have now. Pretty sure it's a little cleaner than what goes on in those porta potties, they said. The pee pods will be installed in the coming months, and the entire park renovation is set to be completed by the spring of 15.
Could you please
Wow.
spell that again?
Pissoir.
A pissoir.
Pissoir.
And Dolores Park really is lovely.
That's a great drag name too, by the way.
Oh, Dolores
Park.
Park.
Would be a good
Dolores Delago, the toast of Chicago.
Oh, listen to
It's a
you.
Bette Midler reference.
Am I going to waste a Bette Midler reference without this one near me? Come
I
on.
wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I
Are you ready? I thought he
love
was
Oh, he's
Dolores.
looking up shit, but who knows?
Nope, I don't know, but I love Dolores Park. I'm excited for their new pissoirs. I probably won't use it, but I'll.
Probably not.
I'm excited.
Greetings to Canada, Japan, the U.S., and the UK,
Konnichiwa.
United
Well,
Kingdom.
ladies and gentlemen,
Well,
welcome.
Join us in the chat room and let us
And-
know why you've wasted this much time listening to us.
You guys sort of poo-pooed, no pun intended on that one. You sort of poo-pooed Marnie's joke, but I caught it.
I didn't hear it.
And the pissoir, you were asking if it's French, and she said, I'm not sure, but it's European. I got it.
Thank you.
I got it.
It is
Credit.
pissoir.
I know it landed
Thank
with
you.
nothing, but
It was like, oh, well, okay.
I
Thank
caught
you
it.
very,
You're
very
welcome.
much.
A public urinal typically found in European,
thing?
especially French streets.
Oh, I'm good.
But it is pissoir.
Well, fuck you then. I got it. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I tried to go through this entire day without learning anything.
Well,
You fucked it up.
you almost
assholes.
succeeded.
I will never let you do that.
And who would have thought that the education would have come from this?
Yeah. That's
not
really
not I.
startling.
Not
I
I.
don't want to learn
Startling.
things no more.
So a gal dies damn near 6 years ago.
This is
and
a crazy story.
Nobody knows.
Crazy story.
So you saw that.
Oh, of course I
yeah,
did.
and I will
Oh, I
never
didn't.
auto pay a bill again.
Not just that.
Well, it doesn't
but
change
who
it. You-
has 6 years worth of their car payment?
That was exactly what I thought.
Yeah, I was like, where did all
I
of
wasn't
her
outraged.
bills?
I was like, wow, she had a lot of money.
Yeah,
She
it's
had
like
a lot of
she
cash.
was living
She
comfortably in her
was
pissoir.
loaded. Somebody could have helped her medically.
Ladies
So,
and gentlemen.
yeah, this. Did you hear about this, Katie Jones?
Tell the
No,
story.
I had no idea.
So So
Talk to
gal
me.
dies like approximately 6 years ago, right? Nobody bats an eyelid. The bills are paid. Life went on as normal.
It's so sad that
in
nobody
Pontiac.
notices.
That's exactly what.
What did her
Anson
lawn
made.
look like? Aren't
No,
you now?
no. In the article, it says that her
Wait,
neighbor.
listen to the story.
Her neighbor mowed the lawn to keep it looking tidy.
Oh!
But nobody noticed.
That's the first thing I thought of. Is my
After
lawn guy would probably
6
show.
years.
He would probably show up for 6 months, thinking I was going to pay him because I'm such a flake.
Right.
But all I could think of with you is you were going to be like, well, "Who's mowing that lawn?"
Yeah. Oh no, he would have
That's
gone over
when
and
I
done
read
it.
this story. It's exactly what I thought.
Okay, wait, but go
Clayton
on. I didn't hear it.
So and nobody
Clayton mowed
noticed
the lawn.
anything, right?
Clayton mowed the lawn.
This woman traveled a lot, kind of kept to herself.
She was
and
me.
and it says, Al, one
Careful.
of them mowed her grass to keep things looking tidy.
It's me with Clayton nearby to keep the grass tidy. But I don't want to talk
At
to him. I'll
some
just mow his
point,
lawn.
the bank accounts went dry, and that's when people noticed. And I think the other piece that floored me out of this was that. So I'll get to that after the warnings went unanswered. Like for you need to pay your bills. What's going on? They took the mortgage and foreclosed on the house.
Oh my god.
Wow.
They're
And
going
nobody.
to. No,
Nobody?
apparently did.
Well, when you're dead, you can't hear no knock.
Well, they got.
Well, you go in.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's not home.
No one's coming to the door. Someone did go for a what's it called when they
I think the police went for a goodwill check.
goodwill check or something. They knocked. They noticed
anything you
nothing
wanna give to
was
Goodwill?
awry. Everything
Right, nothing
was fine.
broken into. Yeah.
Was she dead in the house?
She was dead in the garage in her car.
Oh.
And this is the weird part. In the back seat of her car, with the keys halfway in the ignition, it says. And apparently natural causes. I mean, apparently they
Well,
found
6
nothing.
years later, that's hard to.
She was completely mummified because she was inside the car, inside the garage. So completely mummified. Her organs had dissolved.
Sure.
But-
Yeah, 6
but-
years they'll do that.
Skin was
So
intact.
skin was intact. So they would have been able to see if there had been like stab wounds or gunshot or something. But what the fuck is she doing in the back seat?
I don't
Was
want
the car-
to
was the
decide.
car
Something
running?
back here? And
Was
then
the
died?
car?
I mean, what
was
happened?
the car like? Was she committing suicide?
That's what I thought. But the keys were only halfway in the ignition.
The car wasn't running.
No.
But maybe the car was running, and then when she was like, "It's the end,"
No.
and then she tried to take him out. And it
Nobody
happened, and
they
she-
does
would be
that.
able to-
Nobody does that.
No, that could be that. Actually, we actually know somebody who did do that.
Oh.
Yes,
The
it
only
can
positive
happen.
I can find in this, the only positive takeaway is that all four of you and 4 listeners can rest assured that a similar fate will not befall me.
True.
Because
Did you have a car?
I don't have 6 years of
I
car
don't have
money.
that much money.
I don't have enough money to pay
No,
this month's
not
rent.
month. Yeah, oh shit. No, I'm there.
I just got March done.
And you were super happy about it.
Thrilled.
It was
April 1st comes a knock, and we'll know
Yeah.
what's happening to
Yeah.
Barbara
A
Seville.
worker
We'll know
was
she's dead on
sent-
April 3rd. You're gonna need to vacate right
my money.
now, bitch.
Give me my
God,
money.
ladies and gentlemen, I know where Barbara is.
It's true.
She's on her bike.
That dog is still barking, ma'am. Well, sir or ma'am.
However
How have you
yourself.
identified?
I watched you walk out of here. I don't know if you have a penis.
This champagne's better.
It's colder.
So
maybe that's what it
That's
was.
important.
apparently,
Yeah.
this was the other piece. How did they find out? How did they know that there was an issue with the roof? But the bank sent out someone to repair a hole in the roof, and that's how they made the grisly discovery.
Grisly discovery.
God.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a grisly discovery.
Well, clearly, I mean, the house was full of furniture. Like,
And hopefully full of water if they had to go out and they knew that something was happening.
But it does make me a little bit
Weird.
sad that this poor woman had
Nothing.
no family
Yeah.
or not one friend
Uh-huh.
that
You know what,
maybe
the
recognized.
flip side of that is maybe that's how she wanted to live.
Yeah,
Well,
She
Yeah.
missed
It
4
sounds like
seasons
it.
of Dexter.
yeah, right.
That's a lot
she
of
was
Dexter.
dead 6 years.
So her name is Pia. They believe Pia Fahrenkampf.
Because no
think
one
I'm
liked
doing
her
that
enough to talk
I have
to her.
got to Google
that,
her.
She was still alive. If she were still alive, she would have been 49. Apparently,
She was young.
43.
Yeah, that's
if we
too.
do
That's
the
too,
math.
I'm sorry, that's too young for absolutely no one
I
to
know.
miss
Well,
you.
neighbors didn't know much about the woman,
agree.
describing her of German descent.
She traveled a lot. She was
traveled
never.
a
She was gone a
lot.
lot. They said.
Kept to herself. But the other piece was, according to the sheriff, Fahrenkampf's employer last saw her in September of 2008. What?
Well,
How
that's like,
in
remember,
the hell?
I
The
always
final
said,
days of the Bush administration.
yeah, things were going
she knew
wrong.
too much. But also, but maybe
I always think of
I
the-
know that I work from home, so as long as I get my job done, but she couldn't be getting her job done.
But don't you think? What?
It's heavy.
It's
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's like an Oscar. But don't you think of the net with Sandra Bullock where they could like kill her
Sure.
off because she hadn't talked to maybe you don't
No,
watch
I
Sandy
know what
Bullock.
you're talking about.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the other like there's someone that you talked like I can't believe that there's no one that missed you that was like, I wonder what's her name? That's
Pia.
Yeah.
Rice,
I wonder
rice
what
pilaf.
Pia had to say about the recession or the fact that her house is now worth $5.
Or the fact that I keep fucking
pricey.
mowing her lawn.
Wait.
Like something.
Here's another article that's so weird that says neighbors remember this woman who comes from a large family near Boston.
Oh,
Right, a
Say
large
what?
family.
And this is an article about her sister.
It said that she had an estranged sister in this one. That they contacted her estranged sister, but that was it. Nothing
So
remarkable
fucking
was
weird.
found in
Yeah.
the home. They
I-
said her mail didn't pile up because the post office was collecting it because she traveled so often apparently, and nothing inside
just a
her home
perfect
or
storm.
car.
It's a
Yeah.
perfect
Yeah, it
storm.
really
It's a good way to
is.
say it.
Nothing pointed
But
to a cause of death.
You just have to take a
wild.
little bit of inventory of your life and realize, do I have that little
Oh.
human contact that
Do
this-
I work too much? Apparently not.
This
last
is,
saw her in
and
08.
this is another article that talks about her very strained ties with her family.
Yeah.
So they
But
didn't talk anyway.
But there still should be someone
But if
who
you're
wants to know,
traveling
what
all
does Pia
over the
think
place-
about, blah, blah, blah. Like, she has to have a like or there's got to be something on her profile that says,
Well, it's before Facebook.
Yeah.
no, end of 08.
That would have
Oh,
been
that
right
would've
when,
been Facebook. Yeah, sorry.
right around.
Even
then.
I joined Facebook in 08, so.
And I joined September.
But I was
of
on MySpace, which is clearly available when you Google me.
It's true.
That's I don't know. There's something about this story that's disturbing in a weird way of like.
But you know what? You're putting your own thing onto it. You don't know what. Maybe that's the way she wanted to live.
Right, exactly,
But
but
if
still,
you're
it's still
traveling
like
that much, if it's not for work, if you're traveling that much and it's for entertainment or because you want to, some people do like to travel by themselves, and I don't understand that, but I get it to a degree.
Yeah.
Where, but I mean, you'd think that somewhere that she went,
right that
she
you've
would have
made
bumped into
That
somebody.
you've never made any. There's no one that wanted to know
Wait,
what you were thinking.
listen to
There's
this.
more.
There's
Ooh.
more.
Dun, dun, dun.
This article
Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news.
says the woman whose
Oh,
death went unnoticed for 6 years somehow voted in Michigan's 2010 gubernatorial
I love it.
election.
Oh, she voted Republican?
Adding more mystery to the gruesome discovery, she registered to vote in 2006 and cast a vote in 2010.
That's Republican stuff. That's Chicago politics. That's not Michigan.
but she died at some point in 2008. Oh, I thought she was dead before 2006. I was going to say someone stole her identity
Oh, got
or
it.
something,
No,
but
You're
no.
the,
how do you
you're the
vote 2
smoking
years
gun that
later?
all Republicans are looking for because they keep waiting for that one case of voter fraud.
Here it is.
Never happens.
So anyway, it looks like somebody voted for her. So thanks for that, Pia.
Pia Mein Kampf, I think definitely.
I don't think it's my
Pia
fault.
Mein Kampf.
Oh, fair
Oh my God,
something.
Marnie.
I don't know.
Oh my
I
God, did
couldn't
you
re-
really say
fa-
Mein Kampf?
I said
Like as
something.
legit?
Fair and something.
All right, I'm going to cheer.
Fahrenheit.
Just, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to need to raise a toast to someone who got Mein Kampf into regular conversation that wasn't about a Nazi.
There you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We have one final story in our headlines before we virtually turn the entire show over to Al to talk about Oscars and shit
Haven't
that he
we
wants to talk
already?
about.
And Barbara's here.
I'll be
Yes.
leaving shortly.
She doesn't have a regular
show.
Oh, God, if Al's going to talk, I'm going.
It's you have a show on Tuesday night?
Yeah, I'm at Caramba tonight.
Oh.
Caramba!
What time?
Caramba.
What time do you start getting ready?
Diez a Media is the show.
This is almost it.
Wait. 10:30.
Gusto.
Good. Well.
So you'll be leaving by 9?
I'll be leaving here in a minute.
Okay. Well, let's finish up this headline story. You might not believe it, given all the weird and crazy stories that come out of the lovely Sunshine State, but Florida ranks 12th in the country according to a 2014 Brain Health Index survey.
Brain health.
BeautifulMinds.com released this research study which evaluates
That
the...
sounds shady right there.
That's it.
You can interrupt me or I can read my story.
I like reading it.
BeautifulMinds.com released the research study which evaluates the 50 U.S. states and the District of Columbia based on 21 factors of brain health. Factors include diet, physical health, mental health, and social well-being with subcategories in each of them. America's Brain Health Index is part of a national health education campaign called Beautiful Minds Finding Your Lifelong Potential.
Beautiful Minds is about an autistic fucker.
Oh, it could be that too. Prior to the 2014 results, the previous Brain Health Index was released in 2011. Now, according to the study, despite Florida's high prevalence of Alzheimer's disease, The state,
In the young.
The state pays attention.
In general.
The state pays attention to brain health by consuming high amounts of fish and DHA fortified foods
come
and
on.
supplements. Florida ranks 4th in the nation in diet, behind only Washington, Washington State, District of Columbia, and Maryland.
What?
So
DC has good health.
Yeah.
Brain health,
let-
maybe.
let
I mean,
me-
I guess it makes sense if you're eating lots of fish. That's
Let me
what
just
they're-
narrow down. DC is the size of my iPad.
That's true.
It's this big.
Yes.
And it's all healthy young
Democrats.
Democrats. Yes.
Boom! I love you, DC.
So,
shout out.
The
Shout out.
Democrats win like 93
There's
to
a lot
7
of poor
there.
Yes.
people there, though, too.
Not in DC proper. That's
That's
Baltimore.
Maryland.
So
Yeah.
if there's only 11 states that have higher brain health than Florida, how do you explain the woman who twerked in front of a school bus in 2013? Or what about the Florida man that was arrested for punching a police horse? And in one of the most disturbing stories of 2013, the couple that had already planned sex abuse of their child before it was even born.
Wait.
All of these
It's
horrible
good
things
to be prepared.
in Florida. Well, it might be those
my
gems of
God.
society, along with many others, that have Florida ranked 38th in the mental health category and 31st in social well-being. But overall, Florida ranks 12th. Now, the rankings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, I
want
just
to hear
had to
39
Google-
through
They were
50.
I'm
done by a
Googling Florida women
Floridian,
arrested
I'm
for
sure.
twerking in front of a school bus.
Number one.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So we go number one with Maryland, Washington, Colorado, Connecticut, Alaska, D.C., Vermont, New York, New Hampshire, Georgia, Nevada, Florida. That's the top 12. I do question this because they actually put Arizona in it twice.
So someone without the best brain health was
Arizona
actually
was
doing
somewhere
this.
like at 38 and we're at 47.
We get to be both.
We're twice. I don't know why that is, but they actually put Arizona in it twice because I thought that was interesting.
Because I told you one of the hardest tests to ever take in a spontaneous setting is name the 50 states. They give you a pen and paper.
We did
I
that.
could do that.
We've done it
I
in
could,
here.
It would be hard for me. It was hard for me to draw the map, but I could name 50 states. I could name all 50.
So you
I have to write them down.
You got to write them down, and you
think I
got to. And it
screwed
helps
that
with the map. But you're like, oh fuck, Maryland. Like there's
Yeah.
always that state.
I
That
have
like
Maryland and Delaware.
maybe
is what I
there's two
screwed up.
Arizonas. It's easier to believe than there's really a Utah.
Does anyone remember the song? I remember the country song. United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Dominican
That's the
Republic,
Animaniacs.
Yeah,
all
remember
the
that?
all the states. I have that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those
shut
are
up.
states.
Game
but
on.
but there was also a
Is it royalty
state
free?
song.
It will be.
There, there was a state song, and it went I think by alphabetical order, and I don't remember. I don't know the state
Fuck
song.
you, Utah.
I
You
did-
seceded. La 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 la.
I just love the part of Drop Dead Gorgeous. Name all, list all the states. in the
Yes, that
capitals
was
alphabetically.
fantastic. Backward. Was it backwards or just alphabetically?
No, they did.
No,
they just
they
get to
did.
it. You know,
That's right,
you
that's
know
right.
the retard's pants are completely open.
Which, by the way, that person who played the yes,
Will
was on
Sasso.
Modern Family.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Wait a minute
Oh
here,
my
people.
God!
This is
just
really
double. Wacko, you can wager all or part of your money.
I'll blow the wad.
All right then. In the category of the United States, the answer is the
Name-
names of all 50 states and their capitals.
Oh, this is a good one.
Okay.
We're gonna be here a while.
Wow.
But it's funny. We can do it.
Here goes. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Indianapolis, Indiana, and Columbus is the capital of
Ohio.
There's Montgomery, Alabama, south of Helena, Montana. Then there's Denver, Colorado, under Boise, Idaho. Texas has Austin, then we go north to Massachusetts, Boston, and Albany, New York. Tallahassee, Florida, and Washington, D.C. Santa Fe, New Mexico, and
sounds a
Nashville,
little like
Tennessee.
Suey.
Elvis used to hang out there a lot, you know.
I wonder who
Elvis.
this voice was. I loved the Animaniacs.
I love that stuff. I love that whole song.
I
Jefferson,
used to love
Missouri,
that.
I need to get this to a drag
Virginia,
king. This would be the first entertaining drag king number I'd
Oh,
ever
that
seen.
would be
Oh,
fantastic.
and
Too soon?
Because you
educational.
provided
Too
it.
soon, right?
And educational too.
Too soon.
Too soon?
It works out.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Why do they all just die? Ladies and gentlemen.
Connecticut's so pretty in the fall, and Kansas has Topeka, Minnesota
Has St. Paul.
That's great.
That
Yeah.
is great.
And it really helps you remember because music always helps
I'm
you
going to go
remember
home
stuff.
and memorize that song. Note to self,
no,
memorize
right there.
that
Google
now,
song.
is Jeremy Jordan available to sing that to me?
I'm
At the
sure.
Piper.
I'm sure we can get that.
I would listen.
I'm sure you
Yes.
would. That wraps up our headlines. Al, I hope you're ready for your section.
I've got
Are
a
you?
little bit.
Are- we know
Oh,
that.
I do want to bid you a farewell. Thanks for having me.
Oh, Barbara Barbara Seville.
Cross-dressing to be done.
Our first story is in your
Dress
honor.
that
You
crotch.
stay for one.
Breaking
Please
news.
stay for one.
Dress
stay
the
for one.
crotch.
Oh, I was going to play breaking news that you were leaving.
Nope, that's later breaking news.
Neighbors described her as aloof and kept
In a
to
dress.
herself.
She seemed like she'd been dead for years
She
now.
liked the garage. We didn't think anything strange when she stayed there for 6
We
years.
didn't know. All right, Al, here we go. We can
now
do this
more
one.
with Al Perkins.
Entertainment! Fox renews some new shows. I correct my book club recommendation to the right book. I don't have a lot to say.
Shocker.
Yeah, my first story is for Barbara Seville, and Barbara Seville will hopefully say something because I really don't have anything ready.
Oh, I'm excited. I hope it's a good story. If you've invoked my name.
Yeah.
Or you're not just using it for publicity purposes.
No, I have. And it's one of my favorite books, and one of those books that you'll only find on my bookshelf and pretty much nowhere else in these United States.
Sam, I am.
But I do want to tell you that Amazon.com is re-releasing with the full cooperation of the Bette Midler Enterprises, a View from Abroad.
Oh, yeah. I have that book. The book that she wrote about her tour.
And one of the funniest
I didn't
things.
get it when I read it.
Oh no, but when she talks about trying cocaine for the first time, I almost peed my pants. And how she finally understood the one woman who helped her through Germany and all the things that she finally understood because people were talking too fast. She tries cocaine somewhere in Europe, and it's mostly just a tour. It's mostly just a little travel log. But when she there's a couple parts about cocaine and stuff that are very, very funny. And it's an amusing little book, and it's really honest about her tour.
The thing I remember about that book is her describing London. And she says it's much, not London, England. She describes England as much bigger and larger than you would expect. You expect it to be set up like a theme park. Like you go over to see this, and you go to this, and you see this. But she's like, no, there's actually a lot of driving and train taking to get from Stonehenge to Buckingham Palace to Sandringham, et cetera, et cetera. But I get such a kick out of her, and I know people were so hard on her at the Oscars.
We thought she was wonderful.
Tell me who it was, because I was backing
Bette
out.
Midler.
Oh, got it. Okay, I was like, what? She was wonderful.
She was saying it really low. But she's 70.
We were talking about the fact that if you saw her at one point, she was singing a little bit higher, not a lot, but
she was never
typical.
a great vocalist. She was a great storyteller.
She really is. But all of a sudden kind of went like this and put her hand up, and then like, oh wait, that we're not supposed to do that, and then just kind of gently put her hand on her arm. Like, this is what is happening. And it was right before she was to go. No, not that. Because I'm totally with you. And when people were mocking that, it was pissing me off. Like, what was this thing, her breakdancing and whatever else?
That's always been her thing.
It's part of the video. It's what she was learning. She choreographed it once, and she's choreographed it that way forever.
That's just how she is. I've seen her concert many times, and she's just very fluid with her. I actually learned how to do that from her.
Yeah.
Part of my drag persona. I like it. It's like there's no bones in her arms.
So what were your thoughts?
Sorry, Barbara.
Oh.
Good God.
Welcome.
Oh my God, we almost lost
like
her.
Well, I will later. Sorry.
So from an outside perspective, and although you had first refusal,
Good Lord.
I don't think I ever told you. I know I invited
You
you in
invited
person.
me.
Yeah.
I had to work.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen the Oscars.
All right. So
it was
new
a fun
question.
night.
They were good. So just a heads up, they were good. But I was just curious if you had any thoughts on the performances, like what you thought about Pink or what you thought about.
I was blown away by Pink. And I was touched by Bette Midler, and I loved Nadima Menzelli or whatever, Adele Nazim.
God, Adele Nazim.
Yeah.
Adele Nazim.
I thought it was incredible.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
No.
It was a wonderful night of television. I really
like what I've seen. I thought you could go online. I thought you could go online and watch the entire thing, like on ABC.com. On Hulu,
no,
and I couldn't find
Oscars.com
it.
will let you watch all the acceptance speeches and a lot of it, but not the middle part.
See, I wanted to watch the entire thing and just see it, and like even the boring costume director. Do you think did you notice how they were all right there? I think they moved them in there for each category.
Well, they were definitely in a section. Like
Much better than the Golden Globes where they were
where
like
Jacqueline Bisset had to walk
Yeah.
down.
Navigating.
I think all the
Yeah.
costume people were in a section. I think all the.
Don't you think they moved them there just for that segment though, and then
No,
they're like out of here?
No, I think they were there for the whole.
You think?
Only because
hey, we
later
just want
on.
you to move up 5 minutes is all. Just
only
for
because
5.
The only
later
reason I
on.
think that is because do you remember? I want to say it was like 7 or 8 years ago. It was so terrible. You will remember this. They Al, you'll remember this. They would gather all the contestants in the and make them accept on stage. So like instead of having the winner walk out from the audience, they had all of us nominees standing there.
Oh, that was the Emmys.
No, I think it was the Oscars.
No, it was the Emmys.
Or no, there was the Oscar. They did it on the Oscars.
I've never seen that.
Let's Google it.
They had them standing in the aisles.
No, the one thing they did different was they had someone come out and introduce. They had a different person come out and introduce each actor or actress, and they had all their pictures on there, and they had 5 people present the award. But the Emmys is where they had them all go up. It was documentary is the one you're thinking of. There was a documentary category a few years ago where all of the documentarians were on stage, and then the winner was just brought from the group.
And so you had to stand on stage and lose.
But it was just
horrible. I don't even want to lose on the big screen.
That was only for documentary because they wanted to acknowledge that and it was the year before Bowling for Columbine had won, and Michael Moore had invited all of the documentarians on stage to accept with him, and then he made the announcement about the Gulf War.
I remember that.
People were like,
so it was the Oscars, not the Emmys.
But it was only the documentary.
Okay.
But the Emmys did it with the best actresses, where they stood up.
But didn't they bring themselves up there? Wasn't that the joke?
Oh yeah, that was a funny thing.
Tina
where they did it beauty pageant style.
Right, they did it beauty pageant style. But the one that
Hysterical.
you're thinking of was the documentary one, and it was the year after because they liked the idea of everyone being up there to be acknowledged.
I'm telling you, there was and I think it was that same year where they would just have all the nominees standing in the aisle for these small little categories, and they would say, "And the winner is," and it was literally
because they were sitting so far back, they didn't want to have the winner walk that far.
Oh, for the small category, yes, for the small categories,
and
I believe you're right.
I think they even presented it to him in the aisle.
God,
because
they're
I
just
was
horrible.
we're just shucking Oscars at people in the unimportant
Take an
category.
Oscar. You get an Oscar. You get an Oscar.
It was
You
not
get
a
an
major
Oscar.
category, but that sounds familiar for a lower category that might have happened.
Because they were just trying to cut time. Because it's hard to watch. Even if you're a fan.
It's not. It's absolutely not, and I reject that on all principle. Like, if you don't like the Oscars, then don't watch them. If you don't want to see who wins for short film, then please watch something else. The Walking Dead is on. There's 1,000 things to watch on Sunday. Just don't watch it. It's for me, and I want every category. I do not want them to turn into
I
Grammys.
love The Walking Dead. It's a total side now.
I do too. So that was it. But so A View from Abroad, if you get a chance to get it, it's back on Amazon.com, and I'm hoping that means that Miss Piggy's Guide to Life will make a triumphant performance, because that is still the
Can't
funniest.
wait for the Muppets.
I know.
Funniest,
So exciting.
The funniest book I've ever read is
Gosh,
still
I've
Miss
just never,
Piggy's Guide to Life.
I feel like when I was a little kid, like super early 80s, the Muppets were on and my dad thought they were cool.
We
and,
were driving them.
And we would kind of watch it.
Kind of a true story.
But I don't remember ever being a fan. And so over the last couple of years, I've seen Muppet movies coming out like, you get a Muppet movie and you get a Muppet movie. I just don't really know about it.
That's not true.
There was the one with Jason Segel. There was like one before that. Now there's another one.
He brought it back.
That was the first one?
Yeah.
There hasn't been any other ones?
No, but in a long... There was the Muppets Take Manhattan in like the late 80s.
Yeah, I don't think anything happened since Jim
time.
Henson died.
Yeah, it's been a
Yeah,
long... And he
just,
died in 88.
I guess I just feel like there's so many of them. Maybe it's just that there are lots of promos.
And I'm not like I'm not like these.
You're like
two.
being attacked by the Muppets? Like, what's happening?
Because
I
as
don't
well as
understand.
my dislike of the Cosby Show, the
which is
only thing I
rude.
ever really liked about the Muppets is I think Miss Piggy is she's a standalone thing.
Yeah.
I have no use for the rest of the Muppets. I do like the Stoned Band, and I do like
Sure.
the old critics in the corner.
Oh, the critics are fun.
But
Statler and Waldorf.
yeah, but Miss
I took that quiz, and that's who they said I was.
Miss
I was like,
Piggy
oh, I don't know if that's good.
to me is just hysterical.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's self-centered. It's yes, you are Miss Piggy. I don't know what you're trying to do.
For the time.
Oh,
Oh, it is.
The time is-
we have an
57.
atomic clock.
Gotta go.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Barbara.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, so I do
Bye,
have
honey,
to.
thanks.
Does anybody know what I'm doing that from? Is it ringing
What?
any bells? with
Ladies
the
and gentlemen?
What my version is coming from?
In a world.
Ladies
I
and
know.
gentlemen.
No, okay.
No,
All
that
right.
was a little too
Not even
dramatic.
close. All right, so we're good.
I'll actually listen to you for the remainder of the
Yeah.
show and see if I can figure it
Try to
out.
figure it out.
Because I haven't
Ladies
been listening to it.
and gentlemen.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. It's a
Yeah.
singer.
Yep.
But
It's a song.
don't tell me
It
what
has
it is.
You'll
It's
figure
gonna
it
come
out.
to me.
I'll see.
It's
Does the
gonna
song
come
come
to me.
Smash?
It's not.
No, it's not.
It's super, super, super famous and popular, and
Yeah.
it's very well known. And when we say it, you're gonna be like, oh my god, because everybody knows it.
So, as far as books go, now that we're on the topic of books and fun stuff, I just have to say that the book I recommended a couple weeks ago, 5, 6, 7, and 8, I do have to say that's the sequel. The book that I meant to recommend first is Better Nate Than Never, or Better Nate Than Ever.
Okay.
And I just started reading it. I cannot think of the. Well, I can.
Was
think of
I
the
here
author's
when
name.
you talked about this?
No, and yes, you were in it, but I can't imagine why you haven't bought it yet because it's
She's been
about
busy with
a
HRC.
high school kid who wants to be a theater geek.
Oh, he wants to be a theater geek.
He wants to be a theater geek, and it's how he gets in. And the author's name is, and I gave you the wrong name of the first book.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Dun,
and-
dun, dun, dun,
No.
dun.
Oh, it could be, but that's not the song I'm singing. It's downloading now onto my iPod. But he wrote
That's not it.
Better Nate Than Ever, and then his second book is 567 Nate, and it's about a middle school kid who wants to be on Broadway and loves musical theater, and it's Tim Federle.
Yeah, I see it.
I have to tell you, page 2, I was laughing out loud.
Okay.
And I felt bad because I started reading 5678 and loved it. And then I was like, oh, fuck, this isn't the first
isn't the
book.
one.
So I just switched books today, and it's called Better Nate Than Ever. Better Nate Than Ever. Funny shit about a fat, short kid going to into musical theater. So
love it.
everyone can relate.
I love it.
End of hour 2, as we have dismissed Barbara Seville. It just remains
been
the
dismissed.
4 of us. It's Katie June, Marnie Ryer, Al Perkins, and me. I'm Clayton McKee. Here on Q Talk America, we've got a little more entertainment with Al coming up. Our Thoughtful Vulgarity segment is a little bit later, and Katie's coming up with sports and other stuff. So many things to still accomplish in the next 60 minutes. Stick around, won't you please? By the way, get a drink, ladies and gentlemen. Get a drink. You're going to need it.
You've been listening to The Show on Q Talk America. This is Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. This show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's The Show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton McKee.
Good evening once again, 9 o'clock, or as we like to call it, the beginning of hour 3 on a Tuesday night. You're in Studio C with us. This is The Show on Q Talk America. I'm Clayton McKee along with Katie June, Marnie Ryer, and Al Perkins. They do round out our cast of lovelies. We also like to say hello to all the people listening in Canada, the United Kingdom, and of course, the wonderful United States. And if you are listening out there...
United Kingdom. We haven't had a lot from the
we got
UK.
2 listeners right now from the UK listening, so... Hello, let us know what you're doing.
Do you want to start a band?
They've just stopped
They've
listening.
just stopped listening, right? Yeah, we're terribly
Sorry about that.
Terribly sorry, but
On behalf of myself and Katie June, ladies and gentlemen, our apologies.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we introduce to you, it's Christina Aguilera.
Yes. It is.
It
Dirty.
took me a second. It
Yeah.
took me a second.
Ladies
and gentlemen. Yeah.
It's because I'm not
Do you want to
auto-tuned.
get dirty? That's about all. That's
Again,
it.
I'm going to go back to the UK and apologize for Katie June as well. Thank you.
Join my band. Join my band.
if you are listening and can join us in the chat room, let us know where you're listening from and how you found us.
And if you want to start a band.
Well, yeah. Or if you have any questions for all of us, like, why do you do the show?
If you ask why are you listening, that we cannot help you with.
We are in the middle of Al's entertainment
But we thank
section,
you.
so we will go back to the one and only Mr. Al Perkins.
Well, and I just forgot his name again. Oh my God.
Nate.
Christ in a
Wasn't he talking about Nate?
Christ in a sidecar. We have to go to IMDb. He is. Oh, for the love of Jesus. He's a Mexican director. He's been famous for quite a while.
Cesar Chavez.
Oh, no.
Not wrong one?
Different kind of director.
Robert Lopez.
Robert Rodriguez.
Oh, my God. Marnie,
What?
you
What?
were, yes.
Channeling.
Sometime
Good.
director. He did The Spy Kids. He did
that's right, I knew
Grindhouse. He works a lot with.
Ooh, Grindhouse.
But his big thing is From Dusk Till Dawn. That's what got him on the map. If you remember, From Dusk Till Dawn was, and I want to say it's George Clooney, but I have to check. It's George Clooney, Quentin Tarantino, Harvey Keitel, Juliette Lewis. Anyways, he has a new TV station, and Clayton will be interested because Valderrama, what's his name?
Wilmer Valderrama.
It's called
Look
El
at the
Rey,
smile.
the name of the new channel that's available on 20 million cable stations, mostly in the Southwest. So I'm hoping Cox picks it up. He is going to be doing it, and he's going to be doing his version of From Dusk Till Dawn or Sin City, and I'm not sure which. It's on El Rey, which is a new Mexican cable station.
Don't
that's
confuse it with
available.
Blu-ray, which is a marine animal.
Right, not the marine animal.
Only in Florida.
But he has that in since From Dusk Till Dawn, the series. They put it on here. So say his name again.
Wilmer Valderrama.
Wilmer Valderrama plays an important part, and it's very exciting because Wilmer
Valderrama.
And I'm the one that found him hot before anybody else in America did, and I can't think of his name.
I don't know about that.
No, I got there first.
Maybe.
I know how you watch TV. Trust me, I got there first.
For those of you who don't know,
But
don't
he's
know,
also a computer guy.
for those of you that don't know who Wilmer Valderrama is, he played Fez, the foreign exchange student, on That 70s Show. And trust me, That 70s Show, except for the tight polyester pants he was in, didn't do him any justice. He is lot better looking and realized.
So he plays a role. So look for El Rey. It's a big new thing, and this is getting great reviews. That From Dusk Till Dawn, the series. It was a vampire-ish movie from the 90s, and it's how Robert Rodriguez got on the map. And he kind of came up at the same time as Quentin Tarantino, and they did a movie together a few years ago, a B movie where they like put in all the trailers were fake, and they were for like 70s B movies. They love fabulous 70s soundtracks. They love like all the cheesy stuff from 70s cinema. So they're a lot of fun to see. That if you like Quentin Tarantino and you're not familiar with
ladies and gentlemen, I was just going to ask that question. Curious with the little panel. Are you Quentin Tarantino fans?
Oh, I am.
I always was.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I loved Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
Loved.
I have to tell you, I'm just not.
Reservoir Dogs I actually threw up, and it's the only time I've ever thrown up to him during a movie. I thought that was extremely violent, and I really did not get the point to it. And I dragged Heather in her first outdoor experience as a lesbian. I took her to see Pulp Fiction, and she still has not forgiven, understood why because I'm like, it's Quentin Tarantino, we're going to go see this movie, and
It was funny. That was funny.
But everyone that
There were
meets me,
pieces of it.
but everyone that meets me is always like, okay, when you say you're a movie lover, we're expecting Star Wars. Like, we're not expecting you to be like Quentin Tarantino
I think you
in
love
1994.
everything.
Yeah. But no one's expecting me to pull out like, well, a movie made me throw up once, but I thought it was interesting enough to go see what the follow-up
I
is.
don't remember Reservoir Dogs.
They're
but
called
I,
Mr. Pink, Mr. Blue,
Yeah, no,
Mr.
I saw
Yellow.
Reservoir Dogs.
Harvey-
I saw it, but
Harvey Keitel.
maybe I was
who else?
stoned in college.
Well,
I
you
don't
were
remember.
very young.
Maybe.
You would have only been like 14. It's from like 92,
Yeah.
93.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I think I saw it a little bit later, but it could have maybe been in high school. But
It became trendy for a while.
They cut off the hot guy from 30-something's ear, and they
30-something.
slashed it off.
you lost me at 30
Right.
something.
Yeah, I mean, it's hyper violent, and
That's
so is
in
Robert
Buster.
Rodriguez.
But Four Rooms, I remember coming out after
yeah, it did.
after, and that one, I think I had so much hype built up from Pulp Fiction. My friends and I had a contest when Pulp Fiction was in the theater to see who could go see it the most times. Like we extended it into the dollar theater. Like we were like really into it. And I think we were into it for being into its sake, really. I was like in junior high.
Now, if you liked Four Rooms,
But I liked Four Rooms. It wasn't as
Rodriguez-
good as Pulp Fiction.
But Robert Rodriguez is one of the directors of Four Rooms.
Oh.
Like Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino, like From Dusk Till Dawn, the movie, one of the stars is
didn't
Quentin
see that.
Tarantino. But that's what I'm saying. Like, this guy is so intertwined with Quentin Tarantino.
Right.
Like, if you like that style of cinema, now this guy has his own cable network and he's running his own rules. That's what I'm saying. Like, so if you like Quentin Tarantino and you want just a Mexican flair on
Like Mexicans.
hyper violent comedy, like that's just a little beyond the
Dark,
pale, and you don't mind that stuff, he now has a cable station called El Rey, and it means the king.
Okay.
And to translate literally, and he's saying like he will make his own rules and he will do whatever the fuck he wants to, because when they stop letting him, he'll just stop doing it.
Which is exactly what that Amy should do. Have her own cable show, that big fat Amy.
Oh yeah.
That's what she should do, because
Yeah.
she's just raunchy enough.
Rebel-
she needs that.
Rebel Wilson.
But it's
Don't
Clayton,
stop
do
me
you
now.
do you have an opinion on
It's
Quentin?
such a fun night.
I don't think.
A couple of the movies I've seen, and they're just out there to me.
Me
I
too.
still, I saw Kill Bill, and
Yeah.
it wasn't the violence. It's just
Oh,
like,
I liked Kill Bill too.
fuck are
Yeah.
we doing?
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Kill Bill 2 I
forgot
thought was
he was
too
that.
chatty, but Kill Bill I thought was brilliant.
Well, because last week or the week before, he was like, "Oh, something Kill Bill," and he kind of went nuts, and it made me think about it then. And you just brought up Quentin Tarantino, but I agree with you. I was,
Oh, I thought Kill Bill from beginning to end is perfection movie.
Which
Django
is so
Unchained
weird.
is
I haven't seen
so
it.
And I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I'd like
so,
to.
in fairness, I don't know how many out of all the movies, the massive amounts of movies I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if that's because he also did what's the one Travolta was in?
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. That's the one we've been talking about.
Oh, you have not seen that one.
Ad nauseum.
But I love that.
I thought
I
you
like
might have
Danny
seen that one,
Trejo.
and I'm like, I don't know. It
Yes.
was really,
Danny Trejo, I really like.
And Danny Trejo is a Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah,
he's
a guy.
he's in most of his
and
movies.
Danny Trejo was also in Breaking Bad for a while. And I just really like him. What's interesting to me is that I can get on board with some of these movies, but there's that other Pain and Gain with Mark Wahlberg that I just was ready to murder people.
Right, and it's all
And I
about
don't understand what's the difference between I like this kind of genre
well-made or poorly made. That's the difference. You can all be in the same genre, but I'm sorry, but Inglourious Bastards in someone else's hands is going to be offensive to every single person that sees it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go in knowing you're with one of the masters of the genre of like, we're going to change history, we're going to make you think Hitler got assassinated in a theater by a bunch of incompetent American fuckers who couldn't speak Italian. And if you get the humor involved in Inglourious, I think I'm saying Django Unchained, but I mean Inglourious Bastards.
No, you said Inglourious.
Inglourious Bastards is one of the most genius screenplays
And who is
ever.
that? I don't know.
Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, okay.
One of the most ingenious.
I need to watch it.
which was
It's where
something
Christoph
that I
Waltz
tried.
won his first
Right.
Oscar
Yep.
for. It's Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I know it's
tried.
Brad Pitt.
I tried to watch that. I DVR'd it and sat there and tried to watch it. And again, there are many times where you'll give me a look and I feel like, well, I'm a fucking idiot because I didn't
it's
like that. But it's to me.
I mean,
in that
but if
regard-
how do I give that
but it's
look?
a
I wanna
matter
give
of-
that more
But
But if
it's
you
a matter
sit-
of taste, and I
Yeah.
just sit there and I'm like,
Oh, it
there's
totally is.
nothing.
But if you sit down and you think to yourself, "Oh, I'm going to get a little education about Nazi Germany from Inglourious
Right, no.
Bastards," no, you're watching a Quentin Tarantino movie.
I go into every movie and sit down, and it doesn't matter what you know. Animated, of course, I'm just excited, you know. But I go into every movie with kind of an open mind. Yeah, I've heard this or I've heard this, but open mind and sit there, and I just want to be entertained. If when I get done, I walk out of there and go, holy shit, what just happened in there?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Right.
But when I'm sitting there and for the first, 40 minutes.
But if you spent the first
Like-
40 minutes going and I always recommend Dirty Pretty Things. If you get through the first 40 minutes of Dirty Pretty Things, all you're going to be saying is, what the fuck is this movie is about? But when you get to minute 41, your reaction is, why would you make a movie about this? And I want to watch it.
Right. Okay.
But you have to, so it takes a little bit of research to say
Oh, I watched the whole thing. I just didn't like it.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's fine too. But you didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was a great thing when they're like, "Do you speak Italian?" Of course I do. And then he goes to speak Italian, and he speaks like Chef Boyardee.
Sure.
And then he gets caught immediately.
My favorite part was that they kept doing memes about it. But that's what became my favorite part because it was like, this is, and again, just an opinion.
Right. No.
But where you sit there, just similar to the Cosby Show, kind of, where people love
Exactly.
it,
And
and
either
you're like, no.
Right. And clearly somebody who loves Quentin Tarantino taking on the Nazis in a purely fictional way
Right.
is not going to find the delightful humor in a black guy in a funny sweater chit-chatting for 30 minutes. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's two. It is the spectrum of humor.
Sure.
And I honestly understand not getting that movie.
I just, like I said, that was too much. And even with Pulp Fiction, I just sat there and I thought there were funny parts. Katie is absolutely
It's not
right.
a comedy.
No, but
that's
that,
the important
kind
part
of,
to remember.
But that,
it's not
that
a
black
comedy.
that black humor where you're like,
But it
oh my
still
god,
is.
there were parts of
It's
it
clever.
where clever.
It's an ultraviolet,
Great.
clever movie. Yeah.
Perfect word.
His movies are not you're not supposed to laugh out loud at anything in a Quentin Tarantino movie. You should just kind of chuckle to yourself and be like, "That's right.
Right.
That's kind of clever."
Sure.
Like to think of that. So, anyways, he's got his own thing. I just thought of it for him.
I follow him on Facebook, so I get updates about that. I had seen it, but I hadn't paid a lot of attention.
Yeah, so we just have to see if El Rey comes to Cox, and I can't imagine why the major cable subscriber for Arizona would not pick up something for Hispanic television.
But I agree with you on that.
So Fox has.
love him.
Oh, he is he's
great.
Always
He
plays
really
a
is.
villain. He's the sweetest
Except,
man.
He always plays a villain, but I love him every time.
Yeah.
I never hate him in the shows, and I love him afterwards. Like, there are some villains that I hate while they're playing the villain, and then I can't separate the man from the actor.
I
But
He always plays a bad guy, but he was just on NCIS Los Angeles, which is just a TV show I love to watch. And he was on there, and he played a good guy. It was very fun to watch him in a different kind of role.
It's Daniel Trejo, right?
Yeah.
Danny Trejo, yeah.
Yeah.
Danny?
Danny Trejo.
Yes. And he just got he just got massacred in a movie recently or a TV show because he's look at all the movies he has in pre-production. You get down to I am seriously 21 movies into his IMDb page, and everything is in production, completed, or post-production.
Wow.
That tells you how much this man works. I just watched a movie with him where someone just took him down and completely just killed this guy, and he's so much bigger than the star that did it. And I thought it was so funny. I can't find it, but well,
Wow,
I'm
how
also
interesting.
30 movies in, and I'm at 2011. So clearly,
Right.
we're not the only people that love him.
Well, but not his on IMDb. It says a child drug addict and criminal. Danny Trejo was in and out of jail for 11 years. Wow. While serving time in
He
San
looks like he's
Quentin,
been rode hard,
Oh yeah,
put away wet.
He won the lightweight and welterweight boxing titles. He was in prison for armed robbery and drug offenses. Successfully completed the 12. Oh, he's a quitter. 12-step rehabilitation. I'm just kidding. That was bad, Mom.
Totally thinking of a different person. I was thinking of Denny Pitaro, who was from Silver Spoon.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I like that you're
different,
thinking of a
different.
cute white boy, and we're
yeah,
not.
not at all.
I just kept hearing that name, and I'm like, why does that sound somewhat familiar? And then I realized something else about that name. Say the name again?
Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
It's almost a win.
Well.
True, huh? Yeah. Interesting. He was at a Cocaine Anonymous meeting in '85 when
Who
someone,
was it?
Danny Trejo.
Who
right?
was it?
Who was it?
Who was it? 85. Kidding.
And it turned out to be he met him on the set of Runaway Train. They immediately offered a role as a convict extra.
I have to go down like 90 movies because he's been in so much.
Yeah.
I met him.
Also,
What an interesting life story.
Right?
He
Also
is
on the
in
set was
Runaway
a
Train.
screenwriter who did time with Trejo in San Quentin. Remembering the boxing skills, he offered him $350 a day to train the actors for a boxing match. And that was Andrei Konchalovsky, whatever.
European.
Right. Saw Trejo training Eric Roberts and immediately offered him a featured role as Roberts' opponent in the film.
Yes, I forgot that Runaway Train is where he comes from.
Yeah, usually a tough criminal or villain is what that they have. That's
Yeah.
really an interesting backstory.
Yeah, so interesting. So, completely off topic. The season finale of Looking was on this last weekend, and Reindeer Games. That's where I left him from. So, I have to tell you, it's only 8 episodes long. It's 30 minutes, and again, like Lena Dunham, it's not a comedy. It's just a show about. To me, it's just a show about real people. I thought the season finale was brilliant. That was some of the best writing I have seen on television.
I haven't watched it yet.
For a 30-minute show. It was real people talking. It was real situations that we've all been in. I was just blown away by it, and they wasted a great character revelation on a throwaway line. They did the Arrested Development where they gave like the best line as a throwaway, and they walked right past it. Like you've been waiting for some kind of inroad or some kind of insight into the character of the artist, and you have no idea what's going on with him, and the boyfriend threw it away. Like he gave the entire plot of this character away in a line that they walked right past. And I was in my living room just applauding. I'm like, if you're into great subtle writing where you don't have to Steven Spielberg it, you don't have to throw a kid across the moon, and you just realize this guy just told you everything you know about this asshole. Like, you thought he was a dick from the beginning, but you couldn't put your finger on it, and the boyfriend just told you and then walked away.
It's the artist couples that you're talking about?
Yeah, the artist couple. When he says, you are just a spoiled, rich, bored kid that will never be anything but mediocre because you have had no challenges in your life. And he walks away, and you're like, that's his impression of Jonathan Groff's character. Everything he has thought about someone else was about himself. And the boyfriend called him on his shit and told him, you're not some Hispanic guy having some glamorous life. You're the rich guy that's so bored with everything and bored with your parents that you moved to Oakland. Like, you're so useless that you're slumming.
Yeah.
You're living with the guy in Oakland, not because you thought it would be more like against type because you're a spoiled rich kid.
Yeah.
You look, you are clearly
yeah.
Hispanic. You look like you might be and all of us are thinking, oh, it's the little Mexican kid does good. No, you're the spoiled rich kid. You're the Cosby kid that turned on his parents and went to live in the slums with his boyfriend.
Look what I'm going to do.
Look what I'm going to do. And then he's shitty at everything he does because he's always been a spoiled little rich kid, snubbing his nose at everything. And I just gave away the secret to that, but it was brilliant. And then the scene in the street with Jonathan Groff's character.
I'm
and
obsessed
his
with Jonathan
boyfriend.
Groff.
So maybe look at the time and go back and do
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
No, it won't make any sense because this show is about nothing. There's nothing exciting
Kinda like
going
this
on in the
show.
show. Yeah, this show is about nothing. But
Maybe at the beginning of this show. Spoiler alert.
But there's a point in the show where the Mexican boyfriend, who all he said to his boyfriend was, "I'm not ready to talk yet. Please go away." And we've all done it. Like we've all heard someone say, "Just not now." And then the guy does something stupid because he's like, "I thought you never wanted to talk to me again." He's like, "That's not what I said. I said not now. How did you hear never again? I just meant like not on your time." And it was and like one tear comes down his cheek like really slowly as the guy realizes, I have fucked up everything because I went to the worst case. You just said I don't want to talk right now, and I took it to we're broken up forever and life is over. And he just has one tear come down his cheek, and they just cut away, and you're like, oh my god, this could be an hour-long melodrama that Steven Spielberg directs.
Sure.
But you don't get any, they just hit you with something, and they cut to something else, and you're like, oh my god. And Scott Bakula was genius as the older gay guy.
Oh, Scott Bakula's in it?
Yeah, he's the
I
older
haven't
gay
watched
guy.
it in a few episodes.
Oh, he's the
Kelly
older-
and I have it saved on the DVR.
It's brilliant.
I've been really busy watching RuPaul's Drag Race, so
And
I can't get to that.
Which has no
Can't do
so
everything.
this is brilliant in its subtlety where Drag Race may not be. It's so subtly done, and you just have to. Like one of the best lines in the whole show is done by Doris, the best friend of the older gay guy.
Oh yeah, the blonde girl,
the Tim character. Mm-hmm. And she has two of the funniest lines in the show, and she says them from like 40 feet away when the focus is on the people up front. And I just love it that they don't spoon feed you anything.
Right.
Like you have to find it. You have to listen, pay attention. You have to get the nuances. I think it's a great show. It's been renewed, and it was
good,
wonderful.
Yeah, Jason talked about that, not in depth like that, but he just loves it.
Yeah, and
Loves
it's just real people. It's how we all talk. Like we don't all have like ta-da moments and like music sounders.
Sure.
Like when someone tells you, I didn't mean forever. I just meant I didn't want to talk to you yesterday. Like I just needed a day to process this. And the single tear goes down his cheek, and then they just cut away, and you realize like he lost everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was so well, and they can get it done in 28 minutes because they don't have.
It's good. And
we
it's
don't have
quick.
trumpets and everything else going on. So well done. And I think I have one more thing, and that's it because we got a lot of work out of like absolutely nothing. So I told you, New Girl, Mindy Project. And the following were all renewed by Fox. And the big surprise was the Mindy Project. They thought they were going to cancel it.
So glad because I love it so much. I love
But they all
it.
said that everyone at Fox said that the ratings aren't that great.
But they like it.
But they like it, and that the show is like pound for pound your best laughs on
It's
TV.
so funny.
It's one of the funniest shows on TV. And one last thing, we watched a marathon last Wednesday night, Broad City on Comedy Central. Broad City on Comedy Central. Broad City on Comedy
All right,
Central.
well, you say it 3 times. I gotta do it.
Broad City on Comedy Central. Amy Poehler is executive producer. The two people came from YouTube, the two broads in the city. It is one of the funniest shows that has ever been on TV. It comes on after Workaholics, so you're kind of worked up for laughs. Two crazy women that are broke in New York City trying to get laid. It's filthy humor told from the female point of view with Amy Poehler's sense of comedy. It is so fucking wrong, so uncomfortable.
I'm watching it tonight when I go home. I have work to do, and this is like the perfect
I think
show
we're
for me.
4 episodes in. You will pee your fucking pants. Jason Carlton was like applauding the TV. They were like, thank you for pointing this out to me. It's called Broad City on Wednesday nights on Comedy Central. It's on demand.
This shouldn't be called, entertainment with Al. It should just be Al Says.
What you should watch.
Al Says.
And next week, when all you have to do is watch one episode, and you'll be like, I was not ready.
No, not.
And I just can't. I see that Fred Armisen is in one of the episodes here. Or I'm like looking at the website, and it looks like they're doing like little stills, and Fred Armisen's in it. And Portlandia has started again, and I just love it. And it is so offbeat, and it's like Kelly doesn't get it. She's like, how is this funny?
Yeah.
Like we watch it and she goes, nothing is funny. And I'm cracking up. I just love it so much. And I watch it and I laugh and I just think I love it, love it, love
And
it.
this is more obviously funny. She'll get this more than Portlandia. Portlandia, they don't all hit on Portlandia. When it does, it hits
when it
hard.
does, it's so good.
And then Lena Dunham, who I absolutely hate because Girls Sucks, was on Saturday Night Live
And
this
she
last
was
weekend.
really funny.
She hit out of the park. Out
Really?
of the park.
I loved the girl,
I loved,
which is so great.
I loved the spoof on Scandal. I just have a
didn't get to see
couple
it.
of follow-up
I
questions.
didn't see all of it. I'm so sad.
I think it's only 3 skits in is the spoof on Scandal, but it is.
I watched the skits separately, like on YouTube and stuff.
Watch them spoof Scandal.
Yeah.
She's like, all right, because Olivia Pope is like, all right, I need you to go to Mexico. I need you to go here. I need you to find out who this guy is. I need you to do this. And she's like, I just have a couple of follow-up questions. Am I paying for the ticket or are you paying for the ticket? And she's like, all right, he's going to a ball tonight at the Mexican embassy. I need you to go. She's like, all right, again, you're moving so fast. 2 follow-up questions.
Who's going to give me the gown?
Yeah, she's like, this is the fanciest outfit I own, and I feel like you could run faster than I could walk, and you're dressed for a formal wedding. So I think maybe you should go to the ball at the Mexican embassy, and I should sit here and try to figure out what the hell you're all talking about. And
Wait, and is she doing it in their like Lena Dunham girl's voice? Like, wait, follow
follow-up
Yeah.
question. And it just got funnier and funnier and funnier. And she's like, no, hold on, wait a minute. And the guy's like, I've already been to the Mexican ball. I'm back. I've got my passport. Here's the bad guy. And she's like, seriously, how do you guys figure this out so fast? And it was so funny.
That's great.
And it has ruined all TV procedurals for me. Like, as I was watching the following, they're like, yes, I know who that is. I know who he is. He's Charles. He's going to be here right there. And I just saw Lena Dunham going, 2 follow-up questions. So all you need to see from the whole thing is the Lena Dunham spoof on Scandal, and you'll get it.
That's good stuff.
That's really funny.
Okay.
Quick thing for True
quick follow-up.
Detective. Sorry, but
Genius. How do they wrap up another 8 episodes? Like Looking, but Looking was only 28 minutes. True Detective is 56, 54 because I watched because it's so tricky. It's so hard to follow. Oh my God, that they wrapped up 7 hours of completely baffling television so succinctly, and I understood.
Don't talk about it too much because I have never even watched. No spoilers.
I knew who did it. I knew why they did it. I knew who they were related to. I'm like, how could you ever tie this together?
It all together.
And I've bitched her for like 5 straight weeks about who's the missing girl? Where'd the missing girl go? I've watched episodes 4 and 5 times for the missing girl.
Right.
If I had just had faith, have faith, start it, brilliant acting.
Really
a little bit of a cop-out ending, a tiny.
I mean,
TV has this new thing where people live through stab wounds to the stomach really easily, and if you
axe
don't,
wounds to the
and axe wounds to the right chest.
Yeah.
But I just have to.
But I thought it was
brilliant
great.
finale, well done, and it's another reason to be glad that I pay way too much money for cable.
That's right. I understand.
I was happy to sign my cable bill. Pray continue.
It's good stuff. Por favor, de nada un one of those.
Oh,
I don't know how you just said, but I think it's time we go to Katie June. You ready, Katie?
Ready.
Here we go.
This week in sports and other
other
stuff.
stuff.
Mostly other stuff. Michael Sam coming out as gay, a total tragedy. Minnesota State representative, he's a racist. Poor Michelle Bachmann being bullied by the gays.
Oh, I gave that story. I had that printed out.
Disney's Frozen will teach kids to be gay, and it is the work of the devil. Game of Thrones star comes out in Meredith Vieira's most ridiculous quotes at the Sochi Olympics.
Google it!
Entertainment. I love it. And other stuff.
I did have a couple more, but I know we're running a little late. So I've saved some stuff for next week. I have,
What happened?
Marn needs a.
Well, we have it. We do not have a studio without a bottle opener, for God's sake.
that is it. And also it's a house.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Sorry
God
about
for
It's
that.
also, well, it is a house.
Yep, thank God it's a house. So
A
Michael
house is not
Sam.
a house is not a home, though.
When house is not a home with a all of my songs tonight have been a lot of that.
Oh my God.
But it is a good song.
When there's no one there.
When there's no one there.
Thank you. That's
to
better now.
turn the key.
Yeah. There's nobody here.
Be
Thank
there.
you. Katie, it's good.
so good.
It's not,
Okay.
it's not a house. It's
my favorite song without me.
a chair is still a chair, even though no one's sitting there.
It house is not a home.
God in heaven.
That's my favorite. So Michael Sam.
Knife,
does this
just
thing
a
work?
knife. Just
I
take a
can't- I
knife
just
to the
can't
neck.
even open
We've all been very proud of Michael Sam for coming out.
Yes.
Who
And,
hasn't been? Who?
yeah.
God damn it. Who hasn't been?
Well, let me tell you who hasn't been. Ex-Navy chaplain Gordon Klingenschmidt.
Oh, a big part.
Oh, Klingenschmidt. I've talked about him.
He's a frequent
douchebag.
guest of the David Pakman show.
Oh,
right.
I remember from
Yeah.
Hogan's Heroes.
Klingenschmidt.
Yep. So,
I know nothing.
Dr. Chaps.
Wait.
Dr. Chaps, Gordon Klingenschmidt, a former Navy chaplain,
You gotta be
whose
careful with that.
opposition to the LGBT community is well established, denounced Michael Sam in a recent installment of his show, which is aptly titled "Pray in Jesus' Name." So tune in.
I thought it was called
Don't.
Klingen bitch. Or
Just
Klang.
find any interview with him on the David Pakman
Ding,
show.
ding,
and
ding.
David
We're
Pakman
going
does
Clang, clang, clang.
everything we wanted to say to
So he
Kling and
goes on.
Schmidt.
He
David
says-
Pakman
Yeah.
says.
So he says it's a tragedy every time someone comes out of the closet.
Oh, it is.
It's not something that we should be celebrating. His guest, Michael Brown, offered similar, who ironically is super old and white. Offered similar
Strange.
sentiments, criticizing the fact
Republican?
that Sam's announcement makes him, quote, the new Jackie Robinson, an overnight celebrity, end quote, and implies that the football player's
End
public
quote.
coming out was ultimately a very selfish act. In recent weeks, Klingenschmidt has argued in defense, naturally, of Russia's gay propaganda laws, claiming that if you are recruiting children into sin, Jesus says death penalty to you. He also has slammed, obviously, same-sex marriage and gay parenting.
I don't
Well,
think.
thank
I don't think
God.
Jesus said anything.
I mean, in Jesus' name.
No,
And
Jesus
he-
definitely said that, Clayton. Jesus definitely said,
I'm
gay,
certain.
you should just let's kill you.
And don't
death,
be a parent.
No, death penalty is exactly what he said. Because they
Actually,
have
I
that.
think Jesus said, listen, asshat, you cannot be a gay parent. Mm-hmm. Something like that.
I think he said, I hate
On
figs. I just don't like figs.
Was that on
Fig
Mount Rushmore?
Newtons.
I think
Yeah.
Newton's.
Was that when he was on the top of Mount Rushmore?
But I just have to say, like, one of the things
And he saw
about
his shadow, and there were 6
Yeah.
more weeks of winter.
it's all one story.
Yes, thank you.
In Exodus by Darren Aronofsky, March 31st.
Darren Wall.
I just
Love
wanna say-
another director I love.
Yeah,
funny.
I just want to say, like, David Pakman is so
We're still
brave
on
in a
Pakman.
way, and obviously knows how to get ratings and keep people interested, because he interviews Klingenschmidt monthly, maybe every 2 months, and no one else will have this fucking tard
No.
on the air.
So is Klingenschmidt not realizing that he's being used as a tool, because clearly he's getting ratings
but he
from him?
loves it.
But he loves it. He
But
eats it up. It's like Bachman on CNN.
But is Pakman just shitting him out like every time?
Yeah.
Oh God,
But
he
he-
goes.
but he thinks
And he
he can
tells
go-
him, like, he's like, you can't go over those same first 5 points again.
Yeah.
You just can't. And he'll shut him down.
You
like,
need
He'll
more
say
than
like,
that.
give me
Yeah.
more.
Give me
ammo.
more. He's like, we already know how you feel about these
Yeah,
5
you
things.
already said that.
So now you need to clarify
Right.
what you
We
mean
need,
about
we
this.
need more than
Yeah.
what you've given us.
And he just he's hoisted on his
I
own
wish
petard.
that we could invite some of these folks on, because I've watched David Pakman and
Oh, I
he's
don't
lovely,
know.
but you are far more engaging to me than David Pakman. So why don't we invite these Republican people
But
on our
I
show?
have to say he's way
Yes?
more diplomatic, and he gets them
Yeah.
to stay for the whole segment.
That's why I went. Oh,
I know, but I want Al to do it.
Can you imagine
Better
if
Don't mean to
we?
be rude, but
Better TV. Better TV.
Can you imagine if we were to invite?
put Bachman right here.
Oh, cheese and rice. I know.
Can you fathom?
Can you imagine if we were to
Between-
put somebody
well,
in here?
first she has to acknowledge that we exist.
Right. No, but I'm just saying.
I think if she was sitting there, I think we would all get drunk and literally like eat her flesh off. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I
No,
would just like
I do
jump
not
on
want
her
any of
and
that.
beating
I'm
and
not going-
eating. I don't know.
But he
Well,
has,
there
would be
he
no
has his own
ingesting.
backdoor in, because we would be an all gay
It's a gay
panel.
show.
Yeah.
But he is a Jewish immigrant, so he is like he's got so many things they hate against him going
Yes.
in.
Right, right.
Lots
that
of hatred.
They have their contempt on their sleeve.
Going in.
Sure.
So there's things that I never knew were anti-Semitic until he tells me that.
Like what?
Ooh.
Tell us.
No, but there's all these different things that people
There
leave
are-
on voicemails for him that I'm like, oh, I would have never guessed that was anti-Semitic. But
well, there are a lot of things like just turn a phrase kind of things.
like
where-
shyster is an anti-Semitic
Shyster.
phrase. Yeah.
As
If
far
you call
as
someone a shyster?
you pick up
Yeah.
a penny. You know, as far as like picking up a penny because the
Find a penny, pick it up all day, and you have good
No.
luck. Because I
the
like to
idea
do
that.
that.
Like when I pick one up, I'm like well, I'm a faux Jew, and I walk away. I mean, truly, like just going at different things. There are turn of phrases with Jewish. I'll say that. Joan Green loves jewelry, and so I mean, there's all kinds of different things. But
Jewelry.
Help me with like some different phrases when you.
The one that I always go back to
as
is
far as
shyster.
like the money, but as when it comes to money, and you make any kind of comment,
You're Jewing somebody down.
You're Jewing
Somebody
someone down.
down.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Which I can see, but there are things that are far more like where you go, really?
Yeah, Christ killer.
Well, there's that. Oh my God. Little things like that.
Well, I'll just go full on
Hey,
Mel
Podchess.
Gibson on you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
so there it
exactly.
is. But it's interesting. So if you want to see more on Klingenschmidt, like seriously, check.
I've looked it up on David Pakman. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Google it.
So,
They
Google
sound
it.
just like it's spelled.
Way too often.
Spells like it sounds.
So
He's on there a
Minnesota
lot.
lawmaker Pat Garofalo defends his racist NBA tweet. This is a lovely. This might be a surprise to you guys. Republican state rep. Yep, in Minnesota.
Shock face.
From the St. Paul suburb of Farmington, tweeted on Sunday night. This is what he said. Tweets. Why do people do this? It's like, it's fucking Twitter. Like, it's written down.
Judge blog.
I just don't understand.
Fucking pit bulls.
Okay, right. And so I know. He says, let's be honest. 70% of teams in the NBA could fold tomorrow and nobody would notice. A difference with possible exception of increase in street crime.
Oh.
Yes.
I did not hear that.
Yes.
Wow.
He makes a lot of stupid comments.
Nobody
I had
would
not heard
notice a
that one.
difference except the possible increase of street crime. And what I just don't understand is, like, I get, and you hear people talk about, and celebrities and other people talk about, they don't take the internet blogs and the comments and whatever to heart because it's just anonymous, like assholes,
Right. Faceless people
trolls
posting shit.
This guy's not faceless. Like, he's not anonymous. He's been elected to
official.
office.
Yeah.
Like, everybody knows him, and he's asking again.
I can't
for
believe you
your
sat
money
on this. I would not let me talk through all of entertainment while you were sitting on this.
and your vote.
I would have never been able to sit on this.
No,
one.
it's just wild to me. Like, I don't care how Republican you are or anything you are. Like, that is so fucking inappropriate.
And for the very few non-racist offensive Republicans, and there may be two, I'm gonna round up.
That was actually a little bit of a spit take.
I do
And
like
I actually
that,
had
yeah.
more in.
Yeah.
I
was
have
like,
never
okay.
gotten a spit take out of her,
No,
so
yeah.
that's a win
That's
for me.
not,
yeah.
We
That's
may be
pretty
close
good.
to our 2-year 100 show. No
I
one's
like it.
sure.
Within a month or two.
I'm going to show you a calendar
No,
in a minute.
no one's sure.
I'm going
It
to show
really
you a
will
calendar.
work. I don't know.
I won't. I will
He
be a
will not
Republican
believe
and not
you.
acknowledge
It
my-
is April
But
1st.
I have to tell you, like, this is the people that that give them a bad name. So when they stand up there and they're like, "We're not racist," but look at him.
Yes,
in
and
your
there
name.
are way more of them. The best part is that he stuck by his words even after he drew hundreds and hundreds of negative comments and more than 1,000 retweets.
That's not where I thought you were going with that word.
Re something? Yeah.
He stood by
Sit and spin.
his comments. Apparently on Monday, he said that he'd reconsidered. I sincerely apologize to those who I may have unfairly categorized. The NBA has many examples
You mean
of
black
players and
people?
owners who are role models for our community. These individuals did not deserve that criticism, and I do apologize. I mean, what a dipshit. This is literally after days and days and days of him going, no, I stand by it. What I said, I meant. And then finally, it's like the, 1001th. 1000th
Yeah.
I'm not sure if
Okay,
that's right.
what I think we need, and I wanted
Once. Google once.
Oh my God, that's my new favorite ever. It was like 1,001th. Hashtag.
Hashtag thieves. Remember, I was gonna put the bitch
Oh,
jar
God, that's
here
awesome.
because I don't like the way gays use the word bitch.
Yeah.
But we stopped. Like we talked about it, and then all of a sudden it went away. Like I don't know if we all realized that sounds
that's
awful
good
on
stuff.
air. But I think we need a dick jar. Like whenever we tell a story about someone just being a
Can
dick,
I
we got to put cash
I
in
use
it
the
for
word dick
dude.
a lot.
Can I go out
No. It's not about using the word dick.
Yeah.
It's about like this guy's
Story.
a dick.
That guy's a
Yeah.
dick.
He gets $1 in the jar.
I'm
going to
go out on a limb and say I have a feeling that we were drinking it. I don't remember you talking about that before. The bitch jar.
No, the very first or second show I talked about the
Oh
bitch
my
jar.
God, that's been almost 100 shows
But-
ago.
We'll never know. how close you are to that
That
number.
was like a long time ago. Like almost maybe.
I knew that wasn't within my
2
era,
years.
but I agree, and,
Yeah.
and I don't think we've ever really had a cunt. Now that's a different
Oh,
story,
yeah.
but
Oh,
that's
but we
not
stand
in
by cunt.
reference to ourselves. Yeah.
Because
Our
everybody
mugs
knows
are
time.
cunts.
cunt is my special occasion word, and luckily
Ooh,
it's always
I
a
was gonna
special
Google
occasion.
that. Give me
Yeah.
a second. Yeah.
Special
So anyway,
occasion?
this guy's a dick.
Yeah, a dick.
Oh.
Super dick. So Michelle Bachmann,
Cunt, dick. Take your pick.
she is so
I can see
beat.
Malaysia
She's
from
just
my
being
patio.
Bullied.
She
I
is
just-
being bullied.
I'm so sad for her.
Why?
Somebody just stand
Oh, God,
up for
you're
this
being
woman. She is
facetious.
being bullied by the American. Excuse me. She is being bullied by gay people. The whole
Well,
of America.
her husband has nothing to do with this.
bullied
Yeah.
by gays.
He takes it
She
like
is
New Jersey. He just lays there and just
still-
pound, pound, pound.
She is still not pleased.
Close the bridge.
Now, mind you, she has put this in a statement. I am not pleased, still not pleased
That Jan
with
Brewer.
Arizona Governor Jan Brewer's decision
And the last
to veto
person to see Hansel and Gretel alive.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is true.
Ladies and gentlemen, the last person to see Hansel and Gretel alive.
That is funny as shit.
Just when you think Stephen Colbert can't get funnier,
They are
is
good.
good.
He's good.
he
Yeah, I
lands
like
that
him.
one.
Yeah.
He does. She does an interview with. Wait for it.
Sean Hannity.
Conservative radio host Lars Larson
so close.
last week.
Oh, of course, Lars
during the
Larson.
I know he was even alive anymore.
during the CPAC, which is a really, I mean, way to stand up.
It's where the white people get
really,
together and
for
bitch
your
that
for
white
your
people are-
issues,
yeah.
for your cause. at
Don't let the
CPAC.
media define you.
They let
Yeah.
Ted Cruz in under protest.
Yeah, yeah. And she said the downfall of the bill, which would have allowed businesses to refuse service to gay individuals on religious grounds, illustrated how LGBT activists have bullied voters and politicians. There's nothing about gays in there, she says, but the gay community decided to make this their measure. And I think it's getting a little tiresome. Really, the gay community, they have so bullied the American people. They've so intimidated politicians. The politicians fear them. And they think they get to dictate the agenda everywhere.
Yeah. Instead of the religious fucks that bully everybody and make them be feared. I love it's the same thing.
It is.
If she found someone else playing the victim card, that cunt would come down off her cross. She would pull the nail out with her mouth
sure she would.
to get down the cross to be like, oh, you're a victim. You know what I mean? You don't need free lunches.
She's so disgusting.
What's the almost rapist in chief's name?
Paul Ryan.
Paul Ryan said that free lunches may give children hungry bellies, but it gives them empty souls. So in other words, starve the fucking children.
Wait, he said that?
Yes.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 I gotta Google
So
that.
this is the same thing. It's like when did we start blaming the victim for everything? And you know that if someone said, "Oh my God, poor me," she would have no mercy, kick them in the teeth, and walk on because she's the mega cunt of all time.
Literally
but all
of
a
all
sudden,
time.
she's the Christian victim of all the bullying.
The gays are so mean to me.
And she's the one that stood up and said
That's
that.
because her sister, who's a big lesbian,
Wait.
is looking.
So she
at
married a lesbian?
half sister,
Well, married a gay.
half sister,
Her
who's a
half-sister's a
lesbian.
lesbian?
She married a
Yep.
fag, and
We've
her half sister
never
never
talked
talked
about
I
about this.
totally have. She.
You have
she,
not.
I
I've been on
swear
this
to
show
God.
for like
I don't think-
89 to 100 episodes.
I don't think I've heard
She
the lesbian
hated
sister.
at this.
We've all joked
No,
about
no.
We've all joked about Scott being gay, but I don't recall
I have
hearing that
no idea
before.
she has a lesbian sister.
Well, bring it up, Dyke.
I'm
Come
working
on.
She's like the Newt.
Well, hello.
Yeah,
Newt.
the Newt
Newt's the
Gingrich.
same thing. The
Ladies
same way.
and gentlemen.
And Dick fucking Cheney with the daughter. It's disgusting.
Yeah, but
Yes.
Dick Cheney, because he's almost dead, had to change his tune.
By the way, in a related story to her,
Dick Cheney is more pro-gay than almost any other politician on the planet.
in a related story to Bachman's talking and dissing all of the gays, and she wanted to book a hair appointment.
Oh, and the other good thing is,
sure, but she's gonna get a supercut.
she wanted every.
That
Did
bitch
you
is
see,
about to get a
Did you see
supercut.
Colbert's list of all the
Stepsister.
people that she
Stepsister,
wanted to
my
put
bad.
in?
But still, stepsister.
Stepsister.
And yes,
All the people she wanted to have arrested and put in jail for insulting the Koch brothers, Koch.
No.
It's spelled Koch brothers, but they've decided to pronounce
Koch.
it Koch.
yeah.
She wanted all of them
Helen
put in jail
LaFave.
because there's only 2 billionaires on the Republican side. All the other billionaires are on the Democratic
Wait.
side. And
Say
she is
what?
so glad to have. Yeah, she forgets about Sheldon in Las Vegas that tried to buy the entire election process and tried to, but lost like all the billionaires.
Or what
that-
about the other guy? What about the other guy that actually is buying elections? He's
Roe?
actually buying elections.
Roe?
Yes.
Carl Roe?
Right. But only these two. But she wants the cause, and it's the cause. What's his name? Cause. Daily Cause.
Oh yeah,
The Daily Cause. She wants him thrown in jail.
Perfect. Good.
She has all.
How about,
But Stephen Colbert takes it on, and he has a list of all the people that Michelle Bachmann said should be in prison for insulting the Koch brothers.
Oh God.
And he's like, oh yeah, she's all for free speech unless you get between her and one of her backers.
Right.
But the good news is, according to the atomic clock,
Oh.
we are 8 months and where the fuck is the day of the week on that motherfucker?
3/11. It would be a
3/11.
Tuesday.
So we have
It's a
20
we're here on a Tuesday, Al.
Day of the week. It is a
Well,
Tuesday.
after
Thank
last
you,
week, you
Clayton.
said it
Thank
was
you for
Monday.
clearing
And
that
Tuesday's
up.
an election day.
23 days. We are 8 months and 23 days for her being out of office because she is
Oh, yeah,
not
she's
running
done.
for
Is she
re-election.
moving to
No,
Wyoming
she's
or
just
something?
done.
No, she's done.
But I thought she was moving somewhere.
She is, but she won't run there because she only squeaked by on the last election, and whoever it is that's running as a Democrat in her district this year has so much. She can't hold
She
up
can't
to
hold it
anything.
up.
Like even the Tea Party, like she can't even face. She'll win the primary easily, but she has so much bad will against her in the community, which Marnie can back me up. Like she is so universally despised.
Right.
Oh.
That her
Oh.
bare 50.0001 election win last year doesn't even stand a chance. Like she can't even raise money anymore.
Good for her.
She's going to all these different outlets of crazy in hopes of raising money so she could maybe change her mind. And like all these causes, all these places that she stops, she just invites ire. Like,
Well, then maybe she can just run around to all the Boys and Girls Club and help special needs kids. Because she needs to do that with Trigger.
That would be
wrong one.
That's Sarah Palin.
That's Sarah Palin.
Oh, who
But
are we talking about?
Michelle Bachmann
She's
has.
she can help
she
Trig
has,
too.
No, but she could. She's also said that she has 9,722 children, I think.
Yeah.
But
Give or take.
doesn't.
Can she see him from her porch?
Oh my God.
No, because they all ran like hell. They're all going straight through the cornfields.
So I just have to go with this last quote of
Helen
hers.
Lefebvre.
I'm sorry that she made this decision, referring to Jan Brewer, because I believe that tolerance is a two-way street, and we need to respect everyone's rights, including the rights of people who have sincerely held religious beliefs. And right now, there is a terrible intolerance afoot in the United States against those people who sincerely hold their religious beliefs. There is, it's a tragedy, people.
There's not
Tragedy!
I don't know.
The family's gonna kick off. It's tragedy.
I do not know.
I joined in.
I do not know one person, gay, liberal or otherwise, who is trying to. I will give you one caveat to this. Maybe we're trying to get rid of their 501(c) status. Like maybe we want to make them
501c3.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
501(c). Maybe we're trying to
Helen
get rid
Lefebvre.
of their not-for-profit status. If you're trying to influence elections, I don't feel you should be tax exempt.
Sure.
There is
Yeah, but
absolutely
you said that from the beginning.
there is no one on our side trying to shut down your church, stop you from your
Nobody.
religious beliefs.
Not a
There
one.
is no one person, even me, who's very anti-organized
And I don't
religion.
want your organized religion to have to marry my partner and I. That's
right.
okay. Like I
Yeah.
don't want you to do it.
I want nothing to do
Or
with
make
you.
my cake.
But they're
Or
trying
make my
to
cake.
come in and stop us from living free and equal lives. But then they want to be the victims. They want to be the aggressor and the victim. When none of us, all we're saying is you can have your religious beliefs, just have them and don't inflict them
And
on
shut the fuck up.
us. You can
have them, and
absolutely.
I'm going to have my gay beliefs, and I'm going to shut the fuck up over here as
Yeah,
well.
but when you start cramming in on us and then blaming us because you're not happy, fuck
off.
you.
All right. So right before,
I know that's
really
we've said that
quickly
so many
before we
times.
move to this, I want to just give you.
We already know the question, so just
Meredith
prepare your
Vieira's
answer.
most ridiculous quotes of the Sochi Olympics. I just love it.
I see Meredith Vieira as Google it, one of them.
It is indeed.
Okay.
Number one, if you want more information, Google it. She said.
It's going to be in the parade, Al. I'm telling you
It
right
is.
now.
She says,
That's fantastic.
I'm sure he has goosebumps when referring to an athlete from Bermuda, reminding us how cold the arena is. I'm sure he has goosebumps. Almost as if you're at the Winter Olympics.
In the, almost
Almost.
next to a palm tree
Very close to a Winter Olympics.
and pink eye.
Except for it's not winter.
Lots of athletes taking selfies along the way, I'm sure. She's probably right, but it's always funny when Matt Lauer and Vieira try to use slang words. Lauer was so out of touch, he felt the need to define YOLO to the audience.
Yeah.
Number four, she said, wow, well, these athletes are not quitters. Because quitter is what I think of when I think of Olympic athlete.
They're not quitters.
Number 5, I think a lot of teams really want to win the gold medal.
What?
Duh.
Google it.
Google it. Do teams want to win the gold medal?
I don't.
Dear sorry.
Weird.
AskJeeves.com.
She says a couple of other things. Silly. All of the costumes are the same, representing the uniformity. Wait. So you're telling me that uniforms promote uniformity?
That's strange.
And more.
Who said that? Who said that?
Meredith Vieira.
No. Wait, she said uniforms promote uniformity?
No. This woman that's writing the article, Martha Soren, she's just goofing on all of the silly things that Meredith Vieira said. But God bless. We love Meredith Vieira. Who just doesn't?
Unabashedly.
She's just wonderful. And she just...
Better when she hosted The View.
As goofy as she want to be.
Yep.
At the Sochi Olympics, and that's it this week in
sports and other stuff.
And Meredith Vieira.
Google it, ladies and gentlemen.
And now, thoughtful vulgarity, where we in the studio try to make ourselves slightly less shallow, which is not hard to do. We will ask one question of the panel and have them try to answer it while fucked up drunk. Because you know at home how well it goes when an important question comes up 90 minutes after alcohol has been served. Politics, religion, why not? You're fucked up. What could possibly go wrong? Who could you offend? You've been warned. Good luck.
Well, if you're one person that's been listening, what would you want said at in your obituary? Like what? Not the whole fucking thing like she read, but what would you want it to say? Like what's the highlight that you would want in there? Is it predeceased by someone? Is it like an accomplishment you've achieved?
Well, I feel bad in starting because Marty's not here because usually she goes first.
I like this.
Oh, really? Katie, thank you.
I do. Clayton, I do like it.
All of a sudden, we're going this way. The predeceased line, and I go back to house is not a home. Okay, if there's not, my mother will predecease me. I mean, unless something like I get hit by a bus, that's gonna happen. We don't need to include her in that. There's no predeceased by your mom, predeceased by your great grandparents.
But predeceased is for people that were friends of your mom that may not know that her children's name. Like sometimes the predeceased by is because, oh, this is Marguerite's son. Like I remember her.
Or Margaret.
Yeah, or Margaret.
She'll come back from the dead and kill you.
Everybody has a stroke and remembers that she hated being called Margaret.
Now one of the things that I have said previously on this show, in fact, in this very studio, I will, for some reason, I have always felt that I will, when I pass, I will never, my fear is that I will have not ever done enough to be remembered. So I want to list everything I've ever fucking done.
So you will have the 14-page.
He's Walter Rule.
2012, I hosted this.
I like it, Clayton.
Yeah.
I think you should do it.
No, but
It's going to be a nice long read.
What is wrong with me?
I'm in hopes that before we get to that point in the timeline of my life, that there is somebody who will survive me, or I will have had somebody who will.
Clayton, I like that.
I do too. How cute was that?
Survived by,
or who will have preceded. Meaning, and I don't mean to say I want somebody to be with.
Die before.
I got nothing right now. I mean, if Maggie and Marty pass away tomorrow, I mean, just.
Predeceased by 2 cats.
Yeah, 2 cats and 14 vacuums.
Yeah.
Though 14 vacuums survive.
Yeah. He kept them up to the last minute.
Very much so.
His
His ashes will be
survived by
absorbed.
14 still functioning.
His ashes will be absorbed by a 1967 Filter Queen vacuum.
And then strewn lovingly across.
It would start out with Clayton McKee, Eureka, and then go from there.
I never owned a Eureka.
Well,
and then we're gonna have to the Hoover Dam for reasons that few of you will understand.
But I think a couple of the things that I would
finish it.
I would genuinely want to be remembered for.
Let me finish it.
Is one of the things I've always strived for was organization of why can't it be clean? Why
He's
can't
dead
it-
and it's still organized.
So, right. That, and then the other thing is, I always
Here's my obituary. Send it off on this date. Here's this. Send that up.
to a fault, and I have been burned by other. I always have tried to help people. Like I always do. So like I will show up and fix this or fix that or agree to just drop it by my house. I'll fix it. We'll deal with it. Blah blah. I've always done that. So that's one of the things that I would like to be remembered by. So if somebody brings something by,
Oh, always helpful. That's
See, always
good.
helpful.
May I just, ladies and gentlemen?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Aaron's coming over here with my bike. I meant to ask you earlier.
Oh, convenient,
if it's
isn't that?
okay. Well, no. We want
If
to put
it's
this
okay
in your
that you fix
obituary.
it, actually.
just to
Will you fix
drop
it?
it off.
she
and
schlepp.
whatever.
To use it as she's schlepping your bike.
Yeah.
Guys,
But just and she's half Jewish. But just to that's all.
just
Go
the
on.
one, dear.
Just the one.
So I think, Clayton, that you might be.
Thanks.
I think you're underestimating yourself a little bit.
No, a lot.
In saying that, I want to say that I fix things,
It's called humility.
But it's really interesting. Is like
Well,
we were
and death
talking
is
about
a long
you.
way away. Like
We were talking about you very briefly on an HRC conference call on Monday.
Shut
so we were
up.
talking about you.
Obama has the tapes.
Do
Just
tell me
that
more.
you were. Just that
TNSA.
you're
and Diane
doing the
Feinstein
voice
is
of God
pissed
again
off.
and coming, and we're excited that your mom will be joining us and whatever. It was just a kind of a logistical. Here's what's happening, and our new event manager hasn't met you yet. She's
Like,
new
who
to
the
our
fuck
city.
is this guy?
No, and she just was. She just said, oh, "Okay," and okay, and what's his role, and what is he? Does he know kind of what he's doing? And Nate and myself, Claudine, and actually our national event manager Molly, just all had really wonderful things to say about you. And Molly has only engaged with you in the matter that she's like heard you voice the show, but said you're a professional, you're on it, like you're a great part of the team, and I just think you're not giving yourself, and that's a very, very, very small piece of what you have contributed to the world, but community in Phoenix in general, and the nonprofits. I think.
I thank you for that.
Let us write your
But
obituary.
the idea of how many lives you've touched that have gone outside of Phoenix, in the sense of everything that you've done and everyone that you've helped, whether it's
Tomo's
Hi,
here.
Tomo.
Hi,
Tomo
Tomo.
from New Zealand.
We're writing obituaries, Tomo.
Whether it's
Sorry.
no one's dying. But whether it's Al's most hated movie, Pay It Forward. But the idea of good things that
I don't
Clayton
think the
has
idea of
done
Pay It Forward is
is
bad. I just think
bad,
that
right.
movie is the worst thing that's ever been set to celluloid.
But you've
The
done
kid dies. I'll ruin it. The kid dies. I'll ruin it for you. I hate that fucking movie.
The kid dies?
He dies, and not horribly enough.
Damn it.
Wow.
But I really do. I think that has extended far past Phoenix or anywhere in Missouri or Ark. It doesn't
I agree,
matter.
and I just feel
It's gone
like
far
you
past that.
add so much to an event. Like anytime I've ever worked with you, it's more than
I
just
think his events
your time or
No, I'm kidding.
And your time is so valuable, but it's more than
kidding.
just that. Like your
awesome.
personality just brings so much to a room, to any event. I mean, people want you to be a part of their events because you just bring something that
It brings all the boys to the yard.
But it does. It does. It
like
does
a
do that.
milkshake.
Like,
But
yeah,
it's
exactly.
really interesting, and I know I'm getting over the top, but it brings something to the table.
It does. It's
We
true.
can continue on with this
just
after
feel
the
like it
show's
needs
done.
to
but
be a
we
Clayton
have,
Love Fest
we have 4
forever.
minutes and
What would
3
you
more
say,
people to answer. Let's go to
Go to
Katie or
Al.
Al. Katie or
Katie.
Al.
Oh, in my obituary, I would like to be a loving wife and mother. I know that's just so cheesy and simplistic,
No, but
right? But
you get to write it.
that, and I definitely also I think that I mean, as far as this HRC gala goes, someone actually called me today from their phone bank and said, "Can you give money?" And I said, "I'm giving my blood, sweat, and fucking tears
Yeah.
to HRC. Do not ask me for money." And I feel like I'm giving my blood, sweat, and tears to, but a lot. I give
Don't
a
call
lot.
Katie June.
But now,
Her milkshake
now that
brings
brings us
no
that brings
boys
us
to
the
the
real
yard.
point. So
This
would you want the
cunt
point
says
to yours
no.
to be like constantly
Ladies and
volunteered?
gentlemen.
Yes,
or
like
game
that
or-
I give that I feel like I give a lot of myself
She
to the
gave
detriment of
until
my
she died.
to the detriment sometimes of my home life, but it's something that
Yeah.
I can't stop doing because I don't want to stop
I
doing.
mean, I gotta
it.
look at this fucking flag every week, so I'm figuring someone's involved.
I don't want to stop.
We both are involved.
yeah, and I
No,
don't.
but that's what I'm saying. So when you write your obituary, it's not about self-deprecation or anything like that. It's like, what is
I
it
want
that you
to say
want
I
said?
gave my heart and soul and life to my family and my community.
Right,
and
that's
I
it.
want to
To
name
the causes she
all
believed
of the
in,
events I worked
and here's
on.
in lieu
Blood-
of flowers.
I want to
here's the
it to
things to give money.
Actually,
to.
say blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
That's what I
that.
said on the phone to a poor
blood,
phone
sweat, and
banker
tears
today.
in lieu of flowers. Send money to these organizations.
Also, give your blood, sweat, and tears.
That she gave blood, sweat, and tears to. Which, and a lot of times, the blood, sweat, and tears is harder to get than the money.
Mine is so easy. She was fat and funny and annoying as fuck. God bless her and God rest her. Done.
And the delay in funeral was actually strategically placed because she has arrived late to everything in her life. So the casket will be arriving in 15 minutes.
Oh my
Please
God,
get
please.
a beverage from the
Yes,
cash
I
bar.
hope someone brings your casket in
We're
late.
not kidding. He's in
no.
charge of that.
Oh no, that's
yeah.
part of it.
Oh, good.
He's in charge of the tactful delay.
I was so goddamn mad when
I don't
Elizabeth
care-
Taylor was late for her. I was like, bitch.
I don't care.
That's my gang.
That's my thing.
If the funeral home is everything on time and is coordinated, they're gonna stop at fucking McDonald's and sit there for 15 minutes till they drive
Till
her
they
out.
get the
And get a
creamer and the
shamrock
non-alcoholic
shake.
wine.
That's right.
Wait, are you being
They drop
cremated
on
or
the way.
buried?
Oh, burn the shit out of
Yeah,
me.
okay,
A lot
good.
cheaper.
Charbroiled.
Are you all being cremated?
I
What are
want to be
yeah,
cremated.
Me too. Okay, good. Just making sure we're on the
Mr.
same
Perkins.
Al, hurry.
I don't know why
Go
that
ahead,
matters.
sir.
Go.
I have a minute and 30 seconds of leisurely time. No, I hope that mine would have something in it, and I would write it to be about laughing and singing. Like,
Yeah.
just...
I was gonna say Donna Summer.
Yeah, if he wasn't laughing, he was singing his way through ignoring you.
Sure. Amen.
Al has no
I
idea
love
what
it.
you said, but he was enjoying a good laugh and a nice song
And
while
he
you talked.
loves it when Mariah sings to him.
A couple times I do. No, but that's all. That's what I would want in there, is that someone got that, like, I was having a good time, and if I stop having a good time, I'm hoping the next day is when the obituary is written.
Right. Seriously.
And
then
he's not
everyone
dead yet,
forgets
but he
that
might as
last
well
day.
be.
Yeah,
Because he wasn't
because
having
the
fun.
laughter and singing
He was
has
kind of a
stopped.
pain in the ass the last day, but other than that,
Yeah.
he was great.
Right up until yesterday, it was all laughter and
Beautiful.
song. Yeah,
I love that laughter and song.
yeah.
That's good. I like that.
It is all laughter and song with most of us all the time because it's all about fun. It's what we do with
I
the
think
show.
I'm in a musical production anywhere I am.
Anywhere.
Oh, wait, I have some.
I'll never encore again. Whatever. I don't want encore no more.
I don't want to encore.
End of hour 3. Thank you very much for being with us. Katie June, Marnie Ryer, Al Perkins. I'm Clayton McKee. Thank you for being with us. We will do this again next Tuesday night, 7 to 10, right here Arizona time. But let's leave you with this.
HTML.
We will see you next Tuesday.